can't sit still. Hot dogs and a cold chill. We go wild just for the thrill. Cheerleaders doing their dance. Crowd in a football trance. Friends and beers in every hand. Living life like we planned. Let's step and go. We won't slow down in this wild football show. Let's step and go. We'll make some noise in this big crowd we know.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome, one and all to today's live stream. It is Sunday, and it is our first game of a triple header that we've got in store for you. Today, we've got the 7-1 Indianapolis Colts going up against the 4-3 Pittsburgh Steelers. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Sam is in the house. First time before the game starts. Appreciate you being here. Sam, what's up? We've got Adam. We've got John. Quick roll call. Let's do a quick roll call. Okay, Michael Larnino in the house. Adam's in the house. John Pierce and Abraham checking in. Robert Zamora, hello. Cliff Marcos, hello. Duff Locke, I see you, my friend. What's going on? To Freedom, boom. Looks like Kyle and Bracy are in the house. Brian checking in, Chiefs fan. And Chef Noel, hello. Paris Jefferson, Mad Steve, Prince Habib. Appreciate you guys being here early. I try to stop in every stream, says Adam Flanagan. Appreciate you. What's up, guys? Sir Robert checks in as well. And Kelly, welcome back for some more. Okay, guys, we got a game today. We've got not one, not two, but three games today, and it all starts with this one. In this game, we will have Aaron Rodgers trying to protect home field, and then, of course, Jonathan Taylor, who right now is the #1 running back in all of football. Kind of crazy to see. Well, what's really crazy is that I passed him up on my fantasy draft for Devon Achane, but you know, hindsight's 2020. Shout out to Sam saying, are you ready for the triple stream today? Ready as I'll ever be, Sam. Ready as I'll ever be. Sagittarius Journey, what's going on, Sagittarius? What is going on to Kendra Bailey? Love it. Roy, hello. Let's break down some quick stats here between these two teams. We are about 30 minutes ahead of our opening kickoff of the day. So let's break down some stats here, and we'll start with the away team. Okay. Now, some of y'all might think this is crazy. I think some of y'all have never, the World Series was interesting, Duff Lock. World Series was really good. What's good from Puerto Rico, says Victor Correa. Yes, yes, yes. Dan Steely, hello. Big up from Jamaica. Appreciate you guys being here bright and early. Good morning, Anthony Collins. Thank you for checking in. Sag all day, says Rohan. Okay. Guys, take a look at these numbers here. First of all, first thing I want y'all to notice is that according to the NFL Network, NFL puts the Indianapolis Colts as the #2 team in all of football right now. They are 7-1. Now, some of y'all might come back with the argument saying, yeah, but the Colts haven't really played anyone good. That's honestly a valid argument, but it doesn't matter. Right now, they are 7-1. They rank #2 in the NFL, and the numbers here don't lie. They have put up almost 34 points per game. That is the most out of any team in the league. We look at yards per game, also the most out of any team in the league. Big numbers here for the Indianapolis Colts offense. Yards per play, averaging 6.5 yards per play. Top 5 in third down efficiency, converting third downs at a 45% success rate. And inside the red zone, 68% success rate, good for top 10. Now, these Indianapolis Colts are a solid team offensively. They do give up a little bit. They give up some yardage, but they don't give up a whole lot of points. When we look at their points defensively, points per game allowed, they're only giving up 19. So you give up 19 points per game, you score 34 points per game. Guys, I will be the first to tell you, I am very surprised by these numbers here for the Indianapolis Colts. I was not I don't think very many people, I don't want to say nobody, but I don't think very many people believed that the Indianapolis Colts would be, you know, where they are right now. That being said, let me make a quick adjustment here. I do want to bring up a Colts logo for you guys. We don't have one right now. Let's change the emojis here. Create a Colts emoji. Baseball is over. So let's replace that image with the Colts logo. So now you should have a Colts logo, and I got to get you a Steelers logo here as well. Let's do Steelers. Cool. So now if you refresh your screens, guys, you should have access to both of those. There you go. Should be good to go. I'm not a Colts fan, but I'm not sure how they are not #1, says Sam Pike. Dude, with these numbers, it's got to be because of the defense. So offensively, they're good, but they have some liabilities here. Bottom of the table in most of these categories. I think that's why they rank #2. Yards per game allowed, they give up 345 yards per game. Yards per play allowed, they are in the bottom half right there. Third down efficiency, they are close to very bottom of the table here. 30th in third down efficiency, a success rate of 47%. A little to make up for last night's stream. Thanks, Val. I don't know how that happened. I don't know if you saw the message that I put out there, but last night's stream was honestly a really, really good one. And then, well, there's a reason why it's not on the shelf here on Football Nation, but that's something else we'll have to think about. Well, we'll talk about that later offline. So, defense. That's the Indianapolis Colts. Offense. This is the Indianapolis Colts. They rank #2 in the NFL according to the NFL Network. Now, let's take a quick look here while this is fresh on your mind at the home team's stats, shall we? Home team over here, points per game. Offensively, they're putting up 25 points per game. Defensively, I don't know how this defense coming into the season was ranked the #1 defense in the NFL, but they have not been the #1 defense in the NFL. They rank 22nd in points per game allowed. Yards per game, 30th. That's terrible, man. That is terrible right there. And not like those towels. It's not like the terrible towels. It's just flat out terrible defensively. Yards per game allowed, giving up 386. Yards per play allowed, giving up 5.6. Third down efficiency, a success rate at over 41%, almost 42%. They are holding teams to 50-50 inside the red zone. That's good for top 5. But the defense needs to really step up, and they've got some big chalky names on that defense for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I expect more out of Pittsburgh. I know Pittsburgh Steelers fans expect more than a 4-3 record, but that's kind of been the history of Mike Tomlin. These Pittsburgh Steelers get just to that. Let's get to the wild card. That'll be a good season for us. We're Pittsburgh. That's what we do. We're just like Dallas, but we make fun of Dallas, even though we're the exact same team that always just gets to the postseason and no farther. Okay. No offense, slight offense, but let's go back to the numbers here and break these down. This defense, or this offense, folks, points per game, 25, that's 11th in the league. Yards per game, 297, that ranks 25th in the league. Yards per play, middle of the table. Third down efficiency, middle of the table. And red zone efficiency, inside the red zones. I'll give it to Pittsburgh. They are pretty solid inside their own red zone and in the opponent's red zone. Top 5 in both of the categories. But in that green area where they give up a ton of yardage, I mean, you're giving up exactly as many points as you're scoring. No wonder you're sitting at 4-3. Kind of interesting, though, when you look at these numbers. Offensively, putting up 25 points per game is good enough to give you 11th place, but defensively, giving up 25 points per game puts you at 22nd in the league. Okay, pivoting and taking a quick look at the offense and the personnel here for the Indianapolis Colts. We've got, first and foremost, little Daniel Jones. It's Danny Dimes, baby, and Daniel Jones. Talk about a career renaissance. This season, Daniel Jones ranks #4 out of all quarterbacks in the league in passing yards. 2,062 yards heading into Week 9 right now. 13 passing touchdowns to just 3 interceptions. Guys, Daniel Jones is ranked 2nd in the NFL in QBR. Yeah, talk about a huge step forward for Daniel Jones. Talk about a huge step forward here for Danny Dimes. Next to him, you'll see Jonathan Taylor in the photo. Next to him, you'll see, Mario, get yourself a Red Bull, bro. You look tired. I am tired, and I do have a Red Bull. It's been a long night. It's been a long night. Next to him, we've got, I actually grabbed 2 of those Red Bulls, by the way. Carolina Panthers. The The Indianapolis Colts, Jonathan Taylor, has 143 carries this season. That ranks number 1 in the league. 143 carries, first in the NFL. It's been 9 weeks. He's at 850 rushing yards. He also ranks first in the NFL in that category, and he ranks first in the NFL in touchdowns with 12. Did you hear what I just said? Jonathan Taylor is the number 1 running back in all of football right now. The most carries, the most yards, and the most rushing touchdowns. This dude has been an absolute stud. Can I call him? They're the Colts, right? Can we say he's a stallion? I don't know. A stud would work just fine. Doesn't matter. Jonathan Taylor crushing it right now out there. This dude is really good at football. Talking about the pass catchers for the Indianapolis Colts. On one side, Michael Pittman Jr. On the other side, Alec Pierce. And in the slot, Josh Downs. Those are going to be your 3. So Michael Pittman Jr., I'm a fan of. I'm taking a look at the rest of the list. Adonai Mitchell was supposed to end up rising at some point. Haven't seen much out of him. Ashton Dulin will be out there. Anthony Gold unavailable. DJ Montgomery unavailable. Outside of that, I don't really see a whole lot of other pass catchers. But we can break down the numbers for Daniel Jones and the way he's been passing. Oh, yeah, there's a guy by the name of Tyler Warren on this team. Don't know if you've heard of him, but he is 16th. He's a rookie, and he is 16th amongst all receivers, not just tight ends, guys, amongst all receivers in the NFL in receiving yards. 492 receiving yards for Tyler Warren. He's in the top half of the table of all pass catchers. Anyways, Michael Pittman Jr., another 446 yards for him, plus 6 receiving touchdowns for Michael Pittman Jr. That, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, Michael Pittman Jr., with 6 receiving touchdowns, he's tied for 3rd most receiving touchdowns in the league. Josh Downs, one of the players that I have a lot of shares of, not so great this season. 256 on the receiving yards, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. And then, of course, Alec Pierce. Can't forget about Alec Pierce with 386 receiving yards, but no receiving touchdowns for him. Tyler Warren, again, absolutely killing it. 492 receiving yards and 3 receiving touchdowns. 16th in the NFL for receiving yards. Tied for 32nd in receiving touchdowns. You'll probably want to circle that name for your next fantasy draft next year. Target him a little later. Okay, folks, offensive line for the Indianapolis Colts is as follows. You've got Bernard Raymond going to be your left offensive tackle. Quentin Nelson at left guard. Tanner Bortolini going to be your center. You'll have Mr. Matt Goncalves at right guard. And right tackle going to be Braden Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time that we have covered the Indianapolis Colts on this channel ever, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this is our first Indianapolis Colts game ever on Football Nation. Maybe we did one. Maybe we did one last year. If we did, we only did one, but we may see more we will see more Indianapolis Colts games moving forward, especially since they are 7-1 right now. Let's take a quick look at the defense. Now, you'll notice a few names out here that might be familiar to you, maybe not. Zaire Franklin going to be one of the names that's familiar. Middle linebacker, of course, Jermaine Pratt, the ex-Cincinnati Bengal, also going to be one of your linebackers there as well. Cam Bynum going to be available. Those are 3 names that you should probably recognize if you watch a little bit of football right there. But the defensive line going to be Kwity Paye, going to be out here at your left defensive end. Grover Stewart, your right defensive tackle. Looks like DeForest Buckner, another name you should probably recognize. DeForest Buckner at right defensive end, and Latu at right defensive end. Jermaine Pratt, weak side linebacker. Middle linebacker, Zaire Franklin, and Austin Ajaki going to be your strong side linebacker. On the left side here for your corner, you're going to have Mekhi Blackman. On the other side, Jonathan Edwards. And your 2 safeties today will be Nick Cross and Cam Bynum. We will probably see Kenny Moore sprinkled in there as well. The Colts are a force of nature, says Todd Tier. The Colts really are a force of nature this year. I don't know how the Colts managed this massive turnaround, but the Colts are looking pretty good. So the Colts are looking pretty good in 2025. Those are your defensive, offensive players and your defensive and offensive stats for the Indianapolis Colts. Let's take a look now at the Pittsburgh Steelers. We did the analysis for the stats a few moments ago. Why don't we take a look at the personnel here? Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers going to be the man behind center here. And y'all know Aaron Rodgers. He has been in the league since, I don't know, man. He's been in the league since the Last Supper. He's been in for quite some time. 41 years of age, he's still kicking, and he's actually got a chance of making the playoffs. He's got this team at the very top of the division. A win here against the Indianapolis Colts. I don't want to underplay how important this is for the Pittsburgh Steelers moving forward, but the Pittsburgh Steelers really need this win right now, especially against a really good team, and they probably believe that they are the better of the two teams despite the record being a little different. Now, Aaron Rodgers, 16 passing touchdowns this season. That's tied for third most in the league, 1,489 passing yards. He does have 5 interceptions. Jaylen Warren missed a little bit of time this season, but he does have 83 carries, 373 rushing yards. He is averaging 4.5 yards per carry. That'll work, but we'd like to see those numbers go up just a little bit. DK Metcalf going to be the number 1 pass catcher on this team. So far this season, just 27 targets, 461 receiving yards. That's good for 24th in the league. And 5 receiving touchdowns. That's tied for 8th in the NFL. On the opposite side, we will see Calvin Austin III. So Calvin Austin III going to be option number 2. Roman Wilson will be there. And as we saw during the last Pittsburgh Steelers game, probably a tight end by committee situation here. 4 tight ends, all of them probably going to get a target today, but Jonnu Smith listed as number 1, Pat Freiermuth also on the list, Darnell Washington on the list, and Connor Hayward on the list. Those 4 tight ends, there's a very good possibility that they will all be targeted at some point today. Offensive line. We'll start on the left side. Broderick Jones going to be your left tackle. Isaac Seumalo going to be your left guard. At center, Zach Frazier. At right guard, Mason McCormick and Troy Fautanu going to be your right offensive tackle. This will make up the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. Now, if you guys want a little more breakdown on this offense here, I can tell you this. Kenneth Gainwell, the backup running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers, has done an admirable job, guys. He's also picked up an additional 221 rushing yards on top of Jaylen Warren's 373. As a whole, this team in the first 9 weeks and the first 8 weeks of the season have, mind you, they also only played 7 games because they did play 1 less game due to a bye week, but they have a total of 660 rushing yards on the year, which as a team combined, they have less rushing yards than Jonathan Taylor alone, which is kind of crazy. I'm watching NFL instead of baseball now. What's going on, man? Hey, man, thanks for sticking around, and thanks for coming back, The Real Axe. Appreciate you. Thanks for checking in. Good morning from temporarily sunny Oregon, says Albert. What's going on, Albert? What's going on, Courtney? Okay, let's see. Patrick, let's go. I see you. Let's go, Eric Dexter in the house. Rock and roll. So this will make up your offense for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They, as a team, have less rushing yards than Jonathan Taylor alone. Receiving yards, 1,500 total receiving yards. DK Metcalf leading the pack with 461. Pat Freiermuth actually in second place with 200. Jaylen Warren in third place with 195, just so you guys know. Here came in a quick super chat from Mr. Brian Weaver. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate you. Grey Cup, appreciate you very much, Mr. Brian Weaver. Thank you very much on that super chat. I actually need to do something here really quick. Make a quick adjustment. Okay, so now we should be able to see these. There we go. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for that super chat, Coach. Appreciate that. Why don't we take a quick look here on the defensive side of the football for these Pittsburgh Steelers, and then we'll run into a quick head-to-head comparison, and then it should be time for kickoff here momentarily. But before we get to that, let's break down the depth chart and the rosters, your starters here for Pittsburgh on the back end. Cam Hayward going to be your left defensive end. Keanu Benton, the nose tackle, and Derek Harmon on the front line here going to make up your trench fighters, the trench warfare in this 3-4 defense from your front guys. TJ Watt going to be your left or your weak side linebacker. Cole Holcomb actually is listed as the right inside linebacker. I'm skipping over one right here. Patrick Queen, left inside linebacker. Looks like Peyton Wilson going to be your right inside linebacker because Cole Holcomb has been ruled out. So Peyton Wilson, going to be your starter. Alex Highsmith, your strong side linebacker. That makes up the front 7. Capiche? Got it? Good. I do expect TJ Watt to line up on this side from time to time. I expect Alex Highsmith to line up from time to time. I expect both of them to sometimes line up here and show blitz and drop back, and we could see a lot of this 3-man rush come in. Let's see how the Pittsburgh defense decides to roll with this today. Now, on the corners here, you'll see left corner going to be Darius Slay. Your right corner way out here is Joey Porter Jr. Your 2 safeties for today, you'll have, looks like Jalen Ramsey is back in for Juwan Thornhill. So Jalen Ramsey actually going to be your starting free safety here. Looks like, Jalen Ramsey going to be your starting free safety here. And then Kyle Duger going to be your strong safety for today for these Pittsburgh Steelers. That makes up the defense. And in case you are curious, let's get some quick defensive stats here. Your tackle leader for this Pittsburgh Steelers defense, total tackles, looks like Wilson has the most right now. 57 total tackles. And when it comes to sacks, Herbig actually has 4.5 sacks. TJ Watt with 4 and Keanu Benton with 2.5. Those will be your top 3 sack leaders. Okay. That was our quick little pregame breakdown. Not done just yet, folks. We still got about 8 minutes until kickoff, so let's get into a head-to-head. We did each team individually. Let's take a look at these quarterbacks heads up right now. Who would have thought that Daniel Jones would have beat out Aaron Rodgers in every single statistical category in 2025? You heard that right, and you can see the numbers for yourself, guys. Daniel Jones in 2025, more passing yards, more rushing yards, more total touchdowns, higher completion percentage, and higher passer rating while giving up less incompletions and less sacks than Aaron Rodgers. This is insane to see the numbers for Indianapolis. And I feel like it's because Daniel Jones has been playing on such a bad team in such a tough division that it's hardened him. He's got to play against, he's had to play against the teams in the NFC East. He's had to play against the teams in the NFC East, which now Daniel Jones is here in an offense that makes sense. Someone saying Rodgers hurt his thumb. Yeah. There's always something about Aaron Rodgers, isn't there? There's always something about Aaron Rodgers. I voted for the Colts. Don't let Ray Zilla know, says Waiting for Germ. But this is very impressive, guys. Whether you love him or you hate him, Aaron Rodgers has clearly taken a step back in the twilight of his career. That's to be expected. That's okay. It is a team sport, although he does play the most important position on the team. But more impressively than that, more importantly, is the big glow up, the big step up that we've seen from Daniel Jones. Congratulations to Daniel Jones. Congratulations to Jonathan Taylor. Congratulations to the Indianapolis Colts for what they've been able to accomplish so far. Season is not over. Things we've seen can tailspin. It happened to the Philadelphia Eagles a few years ago. Philadelphia Eagles doing amazing and then managed to lose the last 4 or 5 games of the season. Indianapolis could stall out at some point. They're hoping that does not happen. Defensively, let's take a look at these two. Let's take a look at these two defenses heads up right now. Let's start from the bottom and work our way up here, guys. 5th in sacks, just one more sack right here, so a couple of teams tied for 5th, a couple of teams tied for 8th right now between the Colts and the Steelers, but the Colts with 23 bags, the Steelers with 22. Turnovers forced, the Colts with 12, the Steelers with 10. So it's pretty close defensively here in those two categories. I think being able to get the ball back is going to make up a huge part of this game right now. But more importantly, I think that Aaron Rodgers is going to have to show up today. Aaron Rodgers is going to have to perform, and this running back by committee by the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're going to have to exploit this rushing yards allowed per game. They're going to have to take advantage of that because those secondary players for the Indianapolis Colts ain't giving up a whole lot, man. And the Colts aren't just beating teams, they're crushing them. 250 passing yards allowed per game is actually, I mean, well, you can do the math on this one. I think I got that a little bit backwards. I confused myself. Rushing yards allowed per game, the Colts actually a stout defense up front. So apologies there. Getting my own stats confused right now. It's because we started from the bottom up. Passing yards allowed per game, Aaron Rodgers going to have to throw the football. This team is giving up 250 yards. The Pittsburgh Steelers, the worst team in the NFL right now when it comes to defending the pass. Do you see that? Do you see those numbers for the Pittsburgh Steelers? 273 passing yards allowed per game. They are giving up 386 total yards allowed per game. The Colts holding teams to under 100 rushing yards per game, and they're actually struggling downfield. Okay. Alec Pierce, a start? Yes, sir. Lamonte Pace, according to ESPN, he is number 1 on the roster here, or number 2 on the roster here. So Alec Pierce is slated to start. Running back comparison. This is every running back, every quarterback rushing the football. Take a look at the rushing stats for these two teams. Indianapolis Colts. We just talked about how good Jonathan Taylor is. Jonathan Taylor has been the main running and only really focal point here for the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, Jalen Warren is in a timeshare out there with Kenneth Gainwell and a little bit of Caleb Johnson sprinkled in. This one running back doing very well right now. 134 yards per game is what the Colts are averaging. Meanwhile, the Pittsburgh Steelers, 94. They're rushing less than 40 yards. They're 40 yards less than the Indianapolis Colts per game. That's just on the ground. Rushing attempts per game, about 3, maybe 4 more rushing attempts here for the Indianapolis Colts over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yards per attempt, an extra yard makes a big difference right there, especially in a game of inches, giggity, and y'all can see the numbers for yourself. Okay, guys, what a game last night. So glad you got a good opportunity to gain some new viewers. I know it was a lot of fun. That was a good game. Steelers been needing a good safety and corner for years, says Sid J. Paris Jefferson saying Steelers, uh-oh. Yeah, man, those are the numbers. Wide receiver comparisons, though, y'all can take a look at these as well. A little more level, but Daniel Jones has been letting it fly, man. You can see 250 yards per game through the air compared to 202. That's 90 less yards, total yards by the Pittsburgh Steelers offensively generated. And that could come back today. I'm thinking that the Pittsburgh Steelers defense is really going to have to step it up. But the Indianapolis Colts should be the team today. That's just the way I feel about it. I don't know what you guys think. I don't know what you guys think right now. Did you buy a generator this morning? No, I did not. Good to hear from you as well. Johnny Cage, good to see you out there. We got Clem365 in the house saying, hey, Football Nation, can't stick around. Just wanted to say hi. Go Lions. Let's go, Clem. Go Lions, man. Good luck out there today. Someone catch that joke, says Adam Flanagan. No, I missed it. What did I miss? What did I miss? Space Shark in the house. Dolphins will finally win a Super Bowl. Super Bowl 39 in 2055. Wait, what is this? What is my math? Super Bowl 89. I can't math right there. Mario, why are you so good to us? Jeremy, what do you mean, man? We're just here. We're just hanging out. Jeremy, thanks for checking in, man. Ramsey saying, I would expect Daniel Jones being a monster. Well, let's take a look at some of the other matchups across the NFL today, guys. We are going to see a lot of different games today. I will try to keep up with those scores throughout this one. Just so everyone is aware, we are covering the Colts and the Steelers, but these are the matchups across the NFL. Kickoff in about 60 seconds, so let me run through this pretty quickly here. We'll just do the 12 o'clock time slots for now. I've got 8 games on the board. You've got the 49ers at New York happening right now. You've got the Tennessee Titans hosting the Chargers right now. New England Patriots versus the Atlanta Falcons. The Detroit Lions hosting the Minnesota Vikings. Houston Texans with Broncos. Indianapolis Colts at Pittsburgh. We've also got the Cincinnati Bengals and Chicago Bears, and the Green Bay Packers hosting the Carolina Panthers. This will be your 12 o'clock slate for today, November 2nd, 2025, and I will be your host for today's contest between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Indianapolis Colts. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mario Manuel. I hope you guys are ready for a good one. This should be a battle, and I'm ready for it. Lance Bowers, thanks for gifting out those memberships, my friend. Cheers, sir. Salute. Pittsburgh will need more than a few prayers to win. Oof, maybe. Thank you very much, Todd. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Lisa B. What's going on, Lisa? Long time no see. Lisa B is in the house. We got back-to-back super chats, a super sticker, and 5 Football Nation memberships being gifted out right now. Appreciate y'all very, very much. Salute. Colts favored by 3.5, says Albert. Albert, you're on to something, my friend. You are on to something. They are favored by 2.5, 3.5. Should be scrolling by at the bottom. Sharita saying, praying my Colts will win today, representing from Kokomo, Indiana. Blessings to Mario and the entire chat. Much love, y'all. Thank you, Sharita Ferguson. Let's go. Appreciate that super chat. Good morning, good afternoon. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, raise your hand if you were here with me last night for Game 7 of Major League Baseball. Game 7 of Major League Baseball. Who was here? What up, bro? Pound it one time, says Darrell Parks. What up, Darrell? What up, man? Thanks for checking in. Eric Miller saying, how we doing, Mario? We're hanging in right now. Country saying, me. I was here. Courtney was here. Looks like Roy Williams was here. There we go. Flow Productions checking in. The Global Information Man saying, great call. Thank you, man. What's up, Michael? Just needed Pierce. Thanks, Don, for being here last night. Appreciate all of y'all who caught last night's game for Major League Baseball Game 7. Dodgers are champions right now. I hate baseball, but I was there because you were calling it. Thank you, JJ Sword. Guys, that was our biggest live stream ever on this channel. 750,000 views. 750,000 views on that particular live stream. Over 40,000 hours of watch time. That was pure insanity. So, super, super exciting stuff that happened on this channel. Anyways, let's get back to the action here for this Pittsburgh Steelers versus Indianapolis Colts game and get this thing started here. Looks like they are lined up for kickoff, folks. My headphones are doing that funky thing that they did a while back. It was a crazy game, Jeremy. Sorry I missed you, says Guy Fortune. No worries. Global Information Man saying I watched the entire game. Let's go, dude. All right, here is the kickoff, and it looks like the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to receive the football to start this one. So Pittsburgh has possession now. Looks like they'll bring this out well past the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up for the Pittsburgh Steelers at the 39. Let's get this game started. 1st and 10 at the 39. And I need to make sure everything is up and running. Thank you for that super chat. Try doing red zone first game some week. We will try that. Right now the formula seems to be working. We're not going to tinker with the recipe too much right now, but I appreciate the idea right there. Hickey-son, thank you. Here's the first play of the game from the 39. Aaron Rodgers will drop back, wind up, and throw. The pass incomplete. That pass intended for Jonnu Smith. Incomplete pass will bring up a 2nd down. Aaron Rodgers opening things up with a throw downfield. This pass not going to be caught by number 81. Not going to be caught by number 81. The graphics are messed, says Dete. The graphics are going to be ahead, and I actually can't control. It's actually, I really do like the way that baseball does their graphics. Unfortunately, football hasn't caught up to it yet. Motion on the field right now from the right hash. Aaron Rodgers under center. He makes a quick call, calls an audible, looks to the left, looks to the right, gets back under. Hands underneath, takes the snap, a wind up and a throw on a quick slant route. Catch is going to be made out to about the 45-yard line. DK Metcalf will pick up 6. This will bring up a 3rd down. 3rd down coming up here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. 3rd down and 4 after a 6-yard grab by DK Metcalf. Football has advanced to the Pittsburgh 45. That is the first completion of the day for Mr. Aaron Rodgers. No handoffs in the backfield right now. They are attacking the aerial front. Let's see how the Steelers do at this moment. Pittsburgh Steelers in a shotgun formation. Aaron Rodgers with 3 receivers to the left-hand side. Looks like Jalen Warren will bounce to the right side here in the shotgun. Play clock down to 2. A 4-man rush coming in. Rodgers running out of time. He'll wind up and throw. It's a check down to Warren. Warren will make the grab, but goes nowhere on it. 4th down and 4 coming up here. Great job by the Colts defense. Quick 3 and out. The Indianapolis Colts defense makes a stand on the opening drive of the play. Opening drive for the Pittsburgh Steelers in today's contest. Just a total of 6 yards. Well done. Well done there, Zaire Franklin getting the tackle on what would have been and should have been a 1st down conversion. Here we go. A punt from Pittsburgh sends this back to Indianapolis. The Colts Return from the 10 to the 15. A stutter step here and dragged down at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 20 with 13 minutes and 21 seconds left to go. Indianapolis Colts now have the football. We'll change the possession needle. You can see that above my head. If you are new to the channel, welcome, one and all. My name is Mario. I hope y'all are sticking around for this one. We've got the Steelers and the Colts. What should be an explosive game. Punt practice, says Mad Steve. No Daffy saying, what up, Football Nation? What up, No Daffy? Colts and Steelers today, ladies and gentlemen. We don't cover the Colts often, but when we do, Daniel Jones will take the field. Here we go from the 21-yard line. A wind-up and a pitch to the left-hand side. Catch will be made on the left side by Alec Pierce. He will pick up about 9.5 yards. It's 2nd down and 1. 2nd down and 1 coming up now for the Indianapolis Colts. Big play as Daniel Jones connects on the left-hand side. Big play as Daniel Jones connects there on the left-hand side. Danny Dimes in the backfield for Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, currently the #1 running back in the NFL. I got a 2nd down and 1 on my screen. Oh, that's going to be a conversion. It looks like they count that as a 1st down, guys. So they counted that as a 1st down, and Jonathan Taylor on 1st and 10 will pick up nothing. So that was a 1st down for the Colts. The Alec Pierce catch looks like they credited it for 10 instead of 9.5. So let's rewind one step. 1st down, Indianapolis, and then the Indianapolis Colts. After that handoff to Jonathan Taylor, they're showing a quick highlight here for Cincinnati. It was the opening kickoff of the game, and the Bengals will have a kickoff return to start in the Bengals versus Bears game. 2nd down and 11 coming up right now for the Indianapolis Colts. This time from the 30-yard line. Daniel Jones going to look left, going to wind up and pitch. This one intended for Josh Downs. Pass is broken up by Joey Porter Jr. Stops the clock with 12:05. Stops the clock with 12:05 and brings up a 3rd down and 11. 3rd down and 11. So 1st and 10 becomes 2nd and 11, becomes 3rd and 11. We've got about 12 minutes here left to go. Let's stop the clock. That pass was incomplete. So 12:05. Football on the Indianapolis 30-yard line. Daniel Jones in a shotgun formation with Jonathan Taylor to his left. The snap and the blitz coming in. Daniel Jones runs out of time. He will wind up and throw. The catch is made on the left-hand side. That is Alec Pierce. That's a catch for 18 yards and a 1st down. Indianapolis. The Colts will pick up a 1st down. It's 1st and 10. An 18-yard grab on the left side as he's pushed out of bounds by Joey Porter Jr., who was draped all over him, mind you. Good defense. But a beautiful tight angle, a beautiful tight route run right there. And Daniel Jones connects. This moves the football to the Indianapolis 48. Colts shy of midfield right now. Danny Dimes going to do this motion, pointing in the backfield right now, or pointing to the defense. Here's the snap with 2 receivers on the right-hand side. Daniel Jones will wind up and throw wide open. Alec Pierce will cut back. Alec Pierce to the 20. Alec Pierce inside the 20 and in the red zone. 1st down, Indianapolis Colts. And the Colts are cooking, baby. And the Colts are cooking. Another 1st down picked up here by the Indianapolis Colts. And we go inside the red zone now. Spiked cough drops, says unknown. Indianapolis Colts inside the red zone. Okay. Should be set right here. This time, 1st and 10 coming up from the 16-yard line. Here's a snap, a little play action. Going to wind up and throw. A beautiful throw, broken up, though. This time it was intended for Mo Alley Cox. Pass incomplete. 10 minutes and 40 seconds left to go here in the 1st. 2nd down and 10 at the Pittsburgh 16. Indianapolis Colts. The Colts. Indy is inside of Steelers territory. Will they convert here on this 4th down? Excuse me, on this red zone opportunity. It is a 2nd down. 2nd down and 10. with 10:40 on the clock. I'm just going to get this one ticking. From the right hash, Daniel Jones making a quick audible. He steps up, hollers something, barking at the offensive line, steps back into his shotgun. Here is the snap with the play clock winding down. A look to the left-hand side. A catch will be made by Josh Downs inside the 10, down at the 8-yard line. 3rd down and 2. An 8-yard pickup there. So 3rd down. Here we go. 3rd down. 10 minutes and 27 seconds left to go. Looks like we have an injury on the field. Darius Slay on his back, rolling back and forth. He's 34 years old, 6 foot tall, 192 pounds. Darius Slay, let's watch it. He took a big hit. I don't know if it was a lower leg injury. Josh Downs ran right into him. Josh Downs went right into him, folks, so we are in the middle of an injury timeout with 10 minutes and 27 seconds left to go. That'll be our first injury timeout or stoppage of the game. All right, y'all, we are live in San Antonio, Texas. How many of you guys are Indianapolis Colts fans? Have not covered an Indianapolis Colts game this season, so where are my Colts fans at? Where are my Colts fans at? Give the ball to Jonathan Taylor, says Micah Kimbrough. Heading into the end zone, they are inside the red zone right now. Any Colts fans in the house? Colts, baby, says Jay. We got one. We got one Colts fan in the house. There we go. Steve Barker checking in for the Colts. JP Carr checking in for the Indianapolis Colts. I guess we got 3. Midwest best. I'll count that as 4. Let's go Colts. Micah Kimbrough makes it 5. Man, only 5 of y'all, huh? There we go. I see a lot of, there we go. Spiritual Sky Warrior checking in. There we go. Chance Tanner checking in. Robert Zamora dropping the Colts logo right here. Stephen Drury checking in. Colts the GOAT. Okay, guys, Steelers fans, y'all's turn. Let's show them how it's done. Where are my Steelers fans at right now? How many Pittsburgh Steelers fans are in the house looking for the black and gold? Randman checked in saying Colts all the way, but Dete going to drop the Steelers logos right away right now. Let's go Steelers, says Kendra Bailey. Let's go, Kendra. Okay, I see more Colts fans checking in. Colts checking in a little late right now. Patrick dropping in for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's go, Patrick. Ronald checking in for the Pittsburgh Steelers. DJ BEBB checking in as well. Let's go, guys. I appreciate y'all in that chat, keeping the energy flowing. We've got a long day ahead of us. This commercial break is almost over. When we get back, folks, we are coming out of the injury timeout since Darius Slay was injured. When we get back, it'll be 3rd down and 2 at the Pittsburgh Steelers 8-yard line. Colts inside of Pittsburgh Steelers territory. Let's see if the Blitzburgh defense will live up to its name. Let's see if the Blitzburgh defense will live up to its name. 3rd down and 2. I know it's early, man. I know it's early. I got 12:13 Central Standard Time here in San Antonio, Texas. Clock is hot. We've punched it back in. Indianapolis Colts with the football. Indianapolis Colts in Pittsburgh territory. 3rd down and 2, a little play action. Danny Dimes will throw to Warren, and the catch will be made on the left side. A gain of just 1. 4th down and 1 at the Pittsburgh 7. Do you go for it or not? Oh, man, 4th and 1 at the Pittsburgh 7. Do you go for it or not? Colts by 21, says Ohio player. Okay. Clock is ticking. 4th down and 1. They are lining up to go for it here. Looks like a quarterback sneak going to come in. That's a long way to go. It's not a quarterback sneak. It's a handoff to Jonathan Taylor. He'll fight his way forward, and JT will pick it up. 1st down, Indianapolis. And JT gets the carry. It looked like a quarterback sneak. He will pick it up, and it's 1st and goal now. 1st and goal now here for the Indianapolis Colts. Football to the Pittsburgh 5, maybe closer to the 6, but it's there. 1st down, Indy. So Indy gets the 1st down. Jonathan Taylor picks it up. 9:07 here left to go. Jonathan Taylor moving to the left-hand side and now working his way back. From the left hash, Daniel Jones takes the snap with the play clock winding down. He will survey. That's tipped up in the air. And with the tip drill diving for it, TJ Watt can't get there. Incomplete pass, almost picked off there by the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Great job defensively by Pittsburgh to prevent a shot downfield. Looks like Cam Hayward got both of his hands up to swat that and break the line there, break that line of sight for Daniel Jones. Almost intercepted by TJ Watt after the deflection. Instead, it's 2nd and goal. Waiting for the snap, Daniel Jones in a single back formation. Here's the snap. It's a handoff to the single back. Jonathan Taylor goes up the middle here, goes down just shy of the end zone. This will bring up a 3rd and goal from less than a yard out. Less than 1 yard out, 3rd down and goal, and everyone on the Colts sideline is flexing right now. This must be a call right here for some kind of power move, some kind of power play. Let's see what the Colts draw up. A half yard out from a paint job, a half yard out from pay dirt. The Indianapolis Colts will line up on 3rd and goal from the 1 yard line. An I formation motion on the field. A snap and a play action. Going to wind up and throw. It's broken up. 4th down coming up now. Good job by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers defense force a 4th and goal from the 1 yard line. Indianapolis now going to go for it here. Okay, 4th and goal. And the Colts have to go for it. There's no way you can turn away from this opportunity. You are a half a yard away. From half a yard out, Daniel Jones will quarterback sneak. He will push his way in. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And the Colts will be the first to score today. Colts going to put 6 points on the board. And that's a clean touchdown there. Oh, yeah, Daniel Jones got so much push for that offensive line right there. Easy play, no question about it. This will be 6 points for Indianapolis. Can the Pittsburgh Steelers answer back? Indiana Jones, dun 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 dun, dun 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 dun. The extra point attempt is good, and the score is 7-0. 7-0. Indianapolis will take the lead, folks. Were y'all expecting that? Were y'all expecting that? Now, Colts score 7. That means that the Pittsburgh Steelers are still in this one right now. Plenty of time left to go in the first quarter. Let's take a quick look now at some of, well, quiz. We will have a trivia quiz. We're not going to take a look at that right now. Let's take a look at some of the scores across the league. Let's do that. That sounds like fun. So let's go to Windows Capture. Should be, let's go with that one. Yeah, let's go with that one. Windows Capture, let's blow this up. Cool beans. Okay. All right, folks, here we go. These are the scores across the NFL as they are happening right now. Atlanta Falcons, New England Patriots. The Patriots are up 7-0 over the Atlanta Falcons. Chicago Bears and Cincinnati Bengals are all tied up 7-7. Indianapolis Colts have a 7-0 lead over the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Tennessee Titans have a 7-0 lead over the Los Angeles Chargers. Carolina and Green Bay are currently tied at 0-0 right now. Looks like the game in New York between the New York Giants and the San Francisco 49ers is 7-1 right now. Detroit Lions 7, Minnesota Vikings 7. That seems to be a good game at the moment. And the Denver Broncos versus the Houston Texans all tied up at 0-0. Okay, please trivia at halftime. I got you, Flow Prods. I got you. We got a lot of new stuff to cover as well. I'm rooting for chaos, says Richard Martin. Me too, man. Me too. Let's have more teams upsetting favorites, says Richard. As always, we will have a trivia quiz for you guys. Gotta get some eggs. Fill me in. Gotta get some eggs. Fill me in. Interesting. I've never heard those words put together in a sentence like that. 7-1-7-0, bro. 7-1-7-0, bro. It's 7-1. 7-1, Danny Williams. 7-1. It is 7-1. Okay. That is the Indianapolis Colts record. 721 is the score. Wait, what? What? How did that happen? 721 is the score. I don't know. I don't know what you guys are saying. I don't know what you guys are saying. Right now, the Indianapolis Colts are up 7-0 over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Right now, they are 7-0, and it's a 7-1 record for the Indianapolis Colts. Here's the kickoff, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are bringing the football back out to the 25-yard line. Pittsburgh going to start this one at the 25. Pittsburgh going to get the football now. What is the chat? That's what I'm asking, Flo. Like, what? Okay. Here we go. We're going to have ourselves a long day, so Mario's probably going to grab the chair for this first live stream. Something tells me that unless we get overtime in this one, this first live stream probably going to be our most intimate stream of the day. Maybe the next game should be a home run of a game, no pun intended, after the World Series. From the 21-yard line, a toss to the left-hand side. Looks like Jalen Warren will pick up about 3 yards on that play, taking the football out to the Pittsburgh 29-yard line. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 7 for the Mustard Men. The Mustard Men on offense, the Indianapolis Colts on defense, and Pittsburgh looking for their first score of the day. They're actually still looking for their first down of the day. They had a quick 3-and-out on their opening drive. This is their 2nd drive of the contest. From the 29-yard line, Aaron Rodgers under center has a lot of traffic behind him, a lot of motion. We're now in an I as someone comes in from the slot, and more motion again, trying to do some misdirection. A lot of motion for a simple toss to Jalen Warren, and no gain, 3rd down and 7. A long walk for a short drink of water there. Don't love the play call. They're highlighting the Pittsburgh. They're actually showing an interesting play as Caleb Williams just caught a touchdown from DJ Moore. You heard that right. Caleb Williams just caught a touchdown pass from DJ Moore, not the other way around. Chicago Bears up right now, having won their last 3 contests against the Cincinnati Bengals. 7-0 in this game. Pittsburgh Steelers with the football. The clock is hot. Aaron Rodgers on 3rd down looking to convert. Kenneth Gainwell standing to the left of him, and a 4-man rush will come in. Rodgers will step out of the pocket. He'll be wrapped up quickly and dropped. Down goes Rodgers. 4th down and 7. Actually, it's a 4th down and 14. That is Latu, who just got a huge bag right now. I'm going to drop that in the chat for anybody who needs to know who that was. There it is in that chat for you guys one time. Aaron Rodgers just got bagged. 4th down and 14, another 3-and-out for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Indianapolis Colts about to get the football back. Here is the punt from Pittsburgh over to Indy. This one going to go backwards. I think it was recovered. It was touched and recovered. I think this is a kickoff touchdown, Pittsburgh. What is the call here? I think it was touched by the Colts. I think it was signaled a fair catch. He touched it and couldn't recover. This could be a touchdown. Hold the phone. 5:50. This is going to be reviewed right now. So he tries to touch it. It bounces off the ground and goes off of his chest. It was recovered here. Josh Downs. The football bounces off the turf and off of Josh Downs' chest. It's then scooped up and returned for a touchdown. They're not going to call that a touchdown. It'll be dead, I guess, wherever it was recovered by Pittsburgh. So they're going to say it's recovered. Let's see what the actual call is. Recovered by Pittsburgh. Eccles at the 11-yard line. It may not be a touchdown here, folks. It looks like they're going to give it to the Pittsburgh Steelers at the 11 right now. But it's still Pittsburgh Steelers football. That's the best play of the day, and the Steelers are out there on 1st and 10 from the 11. So Pittsburgh with the football. After the punt, it worked out well. Here's the throw to the right-hand side. This will be a quick catch, and this will be inside the 5, down to about the 4 right now. That's a 7-yard gain on 1st and 10, 2nd down and 3. So a muffed kickoff there. I'm going to drop this in the chat for you guys as well. We had a punt. We had a punt. It was signaled a fair catch, muffed the catch. It was recovered by Pittsburgh at the 11-yard line. 2nd down and 3 coming up now. Pittsburgh with the football. Just inside the 5-yard line. Pittsburgh inside the red zone. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers on the right-hand side. Aaron Rodgers has DK Metcalf in motion. It's going to be an end around to him. Metcalf looking for a gap, trying to find the angle. Takes the contact, no gain. 3rd down and 3 coming up. 3rd down and 3. Pittsburgh Steelers at the 4-yard line right now with 5 minutes left to go. Okay. Aaron Rodgers, Aaron. Okay. Aaron. Shotgun formation. Jalen Warren standing to the left of Aaron Rodgers. I could use a Jalen Warren touchdown today. Warren to the left of Rodgers, motion on the field from Freiermuth. There's the snap, looking that way, changing his mind. Aaron Rodgers will throw up the middle. This one incomplete. 4th down and 3. And do you go for it or not? It stops the clock with 4:20. 4th down and 3. Go for it or not, folks. Yes or no? Yes, no, maybe so. Team rankings, Luck ranks Colts number 2 and Burgers number 14. 4th down and 3. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. They are just outside of the end zone. This play coming from the 4-yard line. The 1-yard line is the line to gain. Empty backfield on 4th down. Aaron Rodgers will take the snap. A wind-up and a throw. The pass is deflected. It's incomplete, and it's a turnover on downs. 1st and 10, and Indianapolis will get the football now. Bad throw right here. Darnell Washington was the intended receiver. Aaron Rodgers trying to throw it. He hit him right on the numbers, and Washington literally hit him right on the numbers, and Washington too slow to get the hands up. Aaron Rodgers hit him with the bullet pass. Too much speed on that one for Washington. So we go to a quick commercial break once again, folks. That's it. That's a change of possession. Colts get the football. Wow, got a lucky break and couldn't capitalize, says DJ Gene. I know, right? I know. C question mark says Rake Flyer. Smoke burp saying, bruh. I know, man. I know. All right, let me take a quick look at something here. Let's take a quick look at my analytics at the moment, see what's going on this live stream. I believe we've got a more intimate crowd for this live stream. Got about 2,000 people watching. That's a good start right now. That's a great start right now, if I'm being honest. 2,000 people, that is awesome. Happy Sunday to you beautiful people out here. Thanks for watching, man. Appreciate you guys. So, we are in the middle of a commercial break. This is after the kickoff here. That was after the kickoff. 95-yard drive upcoming. It'll be 96 if they can get it, Dan Steely. What's going on? Herbert Williams saying hello. Steelers won't make it to the playoffs and probably be at the bottom of their division by season's end, says Space Shark. Oof. 3 games today. 3 games today, Jeremy. We've got this one. We've got the Chiefs versus the Bills immediately after this game. And then our game for Sunday Night Football will be Living Like Larry's team. Living Like Larry, we will be live for you, brother, to cover your Seattle Seahawks in that contest. Yes, Brendan, I will be live. Pittman to blow up right now, says B-Bowls. I think so. Julio Lucero, what's going on? Beat down the like button, says Astral. Astral PX, appreciate you, bro. Not is you're a Steelers fan. I think you're saying not if you're a Steelers fan is what Thomas is saying right now. Whatever it takes, 95-96. Yes, Seahawks, says Smoke Burp. Colts are Super Bowl champions, says Chaser. Okay. Teflon Tomlin. Ooh. Thank you, Nikki. I appreciate those kind words there, Nikki. Chiefs are hoping for some Rodgers magic to humble the Colts and Daniel Jones. Well, I think the Colts, I don't know if they're going to be humbled at any point right now. I don't know if they're going to be humbled at any point right now. They're playing really, really good football. Let's see how they do on this drive, ladies and gentlemen. Coming back from our commercial break, we are getting back from this one. We've got Indianapolis Colts with the football on 1st and 10 from about the 5-yard line. In the shotgun, Daniel Jones will take the snap. 1st and 10, looking right, throwing right. Catch is made, right-hand side. Alec Pierce again. And Alec Pierce will pick up about 12 yards. That's good for a Colts. 1st down. I smell a blowout, says Todd Tier. Hold the phone. There's a flag on the play. Hold the phone. There's a flag on the play. Let's find out who this one's on. They're going to call this illegal formation. And I guess that's going to be against the Indianapolis Colts. So illegal formation against Indianapolis will back them up half the distance to the goal. It was a 1st and 10, and what would have been another 1st down after a 12-yard catch from Alec Pierce is reversed because of a penalty. So penalty on the play. This time it'll be a 5-yard penalty. Shotgun formation, motion on the field. Waiting for the snap, Daniel Jones in his own end zone will hand this off to Jonathan Taylor, who goes straight through the teeth of the defense. He will pick up about 3 yards on that play, maybe 4. It was 1st down and 12. It was 1st down and 12. It becomes 2nd down and 9 on a 3-yard gain. Why is Pittman not getting the ball? Michael Pittman Jr. has not even been targeted in this game. That's a good point. I'm looking at the numbers right over here. Stats on the right-hand side for you folks. Jonathan Taylor, kind of a no-show in this one. 4 rushing attempts for 9 yards. Daniel Jones waiting for the snap at the 6-yard line. He takes it against the 4-man rush. The wind-up, the pitch, the catch. Looks like Tyler Warren will make the grab. This will be a 3-yard gain. It brings up a 3rd down. 3rd down and 6 now coming up. 3rd down and 6. 3 minutes left to go here. 3 minutes left to go. Going to add a little bit of time so that we are closer to the actual game. Shotgun. DJ. Daniel Jones. Danny Dimes with Jonathan Taylor to his left. Motion on the field from Josh Downs. Here's the snap, and Jones looking to Downs. He'll wind up and throw. Catch is made by Josh Downs. That's good for a 1st down. On 3rd down and 6. Josh Downs will pick up 7. That's good for an Indianapolis Colts. 1st down. 1st down for Indy. Moves the sticks again. 1st and 10. Let's go Colts. 3 yards for play. 4 down. Can't make it? Question mark. Saying Kelly. Thank you, Courtney. I appreciate you. Motion on the field right now to the top of the screen. Waiting for the snap, Daniel Jones. It's a snap of play action. Daniel Jones in trouble. Will wind up and throw this pass. Going to sail out of bounds. Incomplete pass. Stops the clock with 1:58. 2nd down coming up now. Colts putting on a clinic, says Steve Barker. Not just yet. I wouldn't say putting up a clinic just yet. Neither of these two teams has broken 100 yards in this game. Neither of these two teams has broken 100 yards just yet in this game. Steelers defense has done a good job of only giving up 1 touchdown. Steelers keeping them in this one right now. Patriots looking scary, though, says Chaser. I've been saying it, man. I've been saying it. Shotgun formation. Motion on the field. Here is the snap, dropping back. Jones against the 4-man rush will wind up and throw. This time looks like Amir Abdullah will make the catch for a 2-yard gain. This brings up a 3rd down and 8 for the Indianapolis Colts. Short gain there. Abdullah getting in the catch category, though. Before Michael Pittman Jr., Mo Alley Cox, Amir Abdullah, Tyler Warren, Josh Downs, and Alec Pierce have all gotten targeted already in this game. Without Pittman Jr. getting a single target yet, he is tightly locked down right now by the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're focusing right now on Tyler Warren, waiting for the snap. Abdullah on the move here. Daniel Jones, play clock down to 3, waiting for the snap from the right hash. Snap comes in. 4-man rush. Jones will wind up and throw. Catch is made on the left-hand side, and Adonai Mitchell will make the grab. It's 4th down and 1, a gain of 7 for Adonai Mitchell. 4th down and 1. I think the Colts will punt. They are on their own 25-yard line after that grab, and it is not enough for a 1st down. Not enough for a 1st down. So the Colts will end up sending this away. This is the Steelers' true identity, which is no identity. Colts fan living in Nashville, beautiful when Titans fans can't talk, says this. That's hilarious. I love it. Here comes the punt. Waiting for it. That's going to be a fake punt, and they end up picking it up. A big first down on a fake play. The Indianapolis Colts do the fake punt, and they pick up a first down. What? A fake punt. They push the pile forward, and they pick it up. Indianapolis Colts, first down. Pittsburgh Steelers not expecting that one. This will take us to the end of the quarter, ladies and gentlemen. So we will go on to the second quarter. I think that's the first fake punt we've seen this season, all season. I think that's the first fake punt we've seen this season, all season, on this channel. So that was cool. Okay, fake punt. Indy didn't punt. Indy don't punt. First down, saying Micah Kimbrough. I can bet the Colts will run the ball and score, says Flow Productions. First down, Colts, says John. This team is done for, says Joe. Oh, man. Let's see. We've got Space Shark checking in. Let's effing go, says Astral PX, those sneaky Colts. By the way, guys, let's talk about these sneaky Colts. They did just pick up a big first down. That is the end of the first quarter. Good chance for us to talk about those sneaky Colts and their schedule. Sneaky Colts have a game coming up next week. It is going to be a Euro game in Berlin. We will have a game in Berlin. Santino will be live to cover this one. 9:30 a.m. Falcons at Indianapolis. Then in Week 11, they will have a bye week. So no football for Indianapolis in Week 11. They could legitimately be like 9-1 going into that one by the time we get there, which is crazy. Then the Colts have a game against the Chiefs, a game at home against the Texans. By the way, this will be the next Colts game that we cover. We will be covering the Colts Sunday morning next week. Santino will be live for that game. And then all the way down here at the bottom of the list, guys, in December, we're already almost to December football, Colts and Jaguars. Colts and Jaguars. Okay, taking a look over here. Indianapolis Colts are done. Let's talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Next week, Sunday Night Football. Football Nation, I, myself, will be covering Steelers at Chargers for Sunday Night Football. Then in Week 11, they've got Bengals at Steelers, and the Steelers will be going back and forth. You'll notice away, home, away, home, away. A lot of travel, so I wonder if that will catch up to them. That being said, there is only one primetime slot here for them over the next few weeks. That next primetime slot is this Week 11 matchup. And I think I will cover this game here for the Buffalo Bills and the Steelers in Week 13. I haven't made my schedule that far out yet. I'll take a look at that in the next coming weeks, and I'll let y'all know for sure if I'm going to cover this game. But Pittsburgh Steelers, these are your next 5 weeks heading into Week 10 and beyond. So, end of the first quarter, commercial break is done. We're getting back to the action now, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are on defense. Indianapolis Colts with the football after a direct snap right there and a fake punt by Indianapolis. It's a 1st and 10 at the Indy 28-yard line. Okay. I love Indiana Jones, says Carla. Indiana Jones in the shotgun formation right now, waiting for the snap. He takes it. He fakes it. A flag coming in. A free play maybe. A windup and a shot downfield. Tyler Warren can't make the grab. But this is going to be an offsides by the offense. So this will be against the Colts. Flag. Offsides on the offense. Looks like someone was lined up in that neutral zone. Offsides on the offense. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. 1st and 15 coming up for Indianapolis. Backing them up to the 23-yard line. Oh, man. Okay. I think I'm going to need another Red Bull or something here. You have 12,000 new subscribes since I subbed. Awesome, says Dark Matter. Let's go, Dark Matter. Thanks for checking in. We are cooking right now, and last night we picked up about 1,300 more during that Game 7. Waiting for the snap. Here it is. Daniel Jones will hand this off to Jonathan Taylor, and Taylor will pick up a yard on the play. It brings up a 2nd down and 14. 2nd down and 14. Clock is ticking. Bad run right there. Jonathan Taylor has been struggling, guys. He's averaging 2 yards per carry so far in this contest. Pittsburgh Steelers doing a great job of jamming up that box right there. Steelers put 7 in the box. I love that Daniel's saying that because I was just about to say that, Daniel. That's so funny that you said that, bro. I was just about to say that, dude. Here we go. Daniel Jones directing traffic right here. Motion looks like lined up in the slot. Jonathan Taylor. We've got an empty backfield, or we've got 5 wide right now, I should say. Dropping back. Jones looking left. Going to wind up and throw. Trying to thread the needle. Looking for a flag. Late flag comes in right there. This time, there will be a flag for DPI. Michael Pittman Jr. finally getting a target here. There's a flag. This is going to be pass interference against the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Spot foul, automatic first down for Indianapolis. And Joey Porter Jr., his second big mistake of the day. 1st and 10 now coming up here. Okay, 1st and 10, 14:08. Was a good movie with John Cusack. But that's how much time is left on the board. 14:08. Under center, Daniel Jones in a single back formation. Play clock down to 5. Motion on the field. A little play action. Blitz coming in. Jones will wind up and throw. This pass incomplete. Daniel Jones almost getting killed on that play. Good pressure brought in there on 1st and 10 by the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Got to Daniel Jones quickly. Jones definitely got tagged by Patrick Queen. Queen could have made it more serious. Joey Porter Jr. almost picked that off. That went off the hands of Joey Porter Jr. But incomplete pass. Indianapolis Colts have the football at the 36-yard line. Daniel Jones going to put his hands to the helmet, make sure everybody heard. He drops back. He looks to the right. He's going to wind up and deliver the shot upfield. Catch is made. Finally, Michael Pittman Jr. makes a grab, and this one is good for 15 yards. First down, Indy. And the Colts are cooking with gas, baby. The Colts are looking good right now. 1st and 10. Great catch, tiptoeing that sideline there for number 11, Michael Pittman Jr., showing the Steelers how it's done. Mustard men have yet to score in this game. Indianapolis Colts cracking the whip right now. Yeah! Hanging on to the reins of this horse right here on 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line. Here's the snap and a handoff to the right-hand side. Trying to keep the legs moving. Abdullah will only pick up about 3 yards. This brings up a 2nd down and 7. Rodgers sitting this one out, says Steve Barker. Pittman Jr. target, saying Micah Kimbrough. Okay, shredding the defense is what Michael Castro says. Chargers are losing to the Dolphins, says Chaser. Mark McKay saying Bears scored 14-10 Bears. Thanks for letting us know out there, Mark McKay. Rodgers lock in, saying Aloes. Daniel Jones, single back formation, motion on the field. Michael Pittman Jr. is the motion man. It's a handoff, though, to Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor, a couple of swim moves on 2nd down and 7. He will pick up 6. It's a 3rd down and 1 now coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts, and they are pushing the issue. 3rd down and 1 all the way to the Pittsburgh Steelers 40-yard line. So at the 40, Indianapolis pushing in right now. Rodgers 4 for 7 for 13 yards. That is correct out there, Space Shark. That's a tough one. That's a tough pill to swallow, huh? 3rd down and 1. Indianapolis on the attack right now. A short 1 yard right here. Daniel Jones will take it. He will hand this off to JT, and Taylor will bring the football inside the 40, down at about the 38-yard line. On 3rd down and 1, a 2-yard pickup is good enough for an Indianapolis. First down for the Colts. Another one, man. I swear, just calling first downs is going to blow my voice out today for these Indianapolis Colts. Pittsburgh Steelers defense can't get off the field. This drive, someone called it earlier. This drive, ladies and gentlemen, has gone quite a ways already. 13 plays, 57 yards. Here's the snap, and Daniel Jones will go down for the first time today, and it's going to be Colts football No, it's going to be a turnover. It looks like a strip sack fumble on 1st and 10. The defense gets in, and TJ Watt will strip sack fumble Daniel Jones. We were just gassing up the Indianapolis Colts, and there was the snap. Here is the replay. TJ Watt slaps the football out of Daniel Jones' hands and recovers the football himself. TJ Watt strip sack fumble. 1st down, Pittsburgh. Let's go. So Pittsburgh forces a turnover here. I took my eyes off the screen for 1 second. And Pittsburgh gets the football back. Isn't that just the way it goes, man? Guess that fake punt woke Watt up. Must have upset him, says Fox Molnar. What's going on, Fox? What did the Fox say? LMAO, after I just bet on the Colts, saying Bicor, basically, dude, right? Like, as soon as I say, that's the curse of the commentator, man. That's what they call it. Patrick Wonder dropping in for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Bobby Shook dropping in for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ed Jean saying we need more wattage. That's a cool photo of your cat smoking the cigarette right there. Another lucky break. Let's see if they can capitalize this time, says DJ Jean. Go TJ Watt, says Ronald. Remember that Colts Clinic comment saying A-Rock, right? Here's another 500 season. Will Howard will be starting by week 10 if this continues. Should have traded Watt when we had the chance before his production just halted. Well, he just got that strip sack fumble. Looks like Robert Zamora checking in for the Colts. I see you, Robert. Go Steelers, saying Norden. What's going on, Norden? Widespread panic, says Todd Tier. Let's go, Colts. Get the ball back. Going deep on a big pass. Let's go. Okay. Let's see what happens. Imagine an interception, says Chaser. Imagine. Imagínate. Folks, we talked about this earlier in this game. We talked about some of the stats here defensively and the fact that the Steelers were just barely behind on the turnovers forced. Steelers are now 1 turnover closer to tying right now with the Indianapolis Colts. That is turnover number 11 forced by the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. By the way, that is great numbers right there. That is going to help the Pittsburgh Steelers defense immensely right there and getting better, by the way, on that strip sack fumble. So just something to consider. He was sacked by TJ Watts, also fumbled the football. That'll be 2 points in the right direction. So officially Steelers and Colts tied in the sack category and just 1 behind on the turnovers after that one. This is getting closer and closer, and the Pittsburgh Steelers, I'm telling you, they probably believe that they are the better team, despite the record saying otherwise. Aaron Rodgers will take the snap. He will drop back on 1st and 10, looks to the flat. Quick throw to Kenneth Gainwell, and Gainwell will lose a yard or 2. Looks like a flag will come in for a face mask. Let's see if that's what if the official saw the same thing I did. I think I saw a face mask here. Let's see what they say. Personal foul? Yep. Face mask on the defense. You know what that means, guys. That's an automatic 1st down, a 15-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down here. Moves them to the 44-yard line. I don't know if that's really a face mask. Let's watch it one more time. He got his hand on the helmet. There's no face mask there. That's definitely not a face mask. Ooh, that's a terrible call. Pittsburgh Steelers just got lucky. There was no face mask at all on that play. From my angle, it looked like it, but from down on the field, they should have been able to see that got the side of the helmet. Here's a quick throw to the left-hand side. It'll be a 5-yard gain for Kenneth Gainwell on the left-hand side. This brings up a 2nd down and 5. 2nd down and 5. Okay. Keep grinding, saying total face mask. Here's the snap on 2nd and 5. Rodgers, a pump fake, and then a throw. Catch is made upfield. Hang on to that football. Looks like Freiermuth does. On 2nd down and 5, a gain of 7. Good for a Steelers. 1st down. 1st down for Pittsburgh. Fresh new set. So Pittsburgh now has a fresh new set of downs. Steelers now inside, well inside of the Colts territory. Aaron Rodgers will take the snap, a throw to the right-hand side. Kenneth Gainwell gonna make the catch, and he will gain about a yard. They're gonna call that no gain. 2nd down and 10. Kenneth Gainwell wrapped up almost immediately in the backfield there. 2nd down and 10. Pittsburgh Steelers to the Indianapolis 29. Pittsburgh Steelers to the Indianapolis 29. Stop with the 1-yard checkdowns. Rodgers says A-laws. Telling you, man. A shotgun formation. 2 receivers on the left-hand side, 1 receiver on the right-hand side. Waiting for the snap. There it is. Dropping back, surveying, a wind-up and a throw. Bobbling. That football will find its way into the dirt. This will end up being no gain. Incomplete pass stops it with 9:20. This brings up a 3rd down. 3rd down and 10. Ray, I'm sorry you feel that way, buddy, but I have not changed my formula since last year. Maybe you just don't remember it the way that it was. I appreciate you stopping by there, buddy. Appreciate you checking in. 9 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. 3rd down and 10. Can't make everyone happy, right, guys? 3rd down and 10 in a shotgun formation. Trips on the left-hand side, 1 man on the right-hand side. Waiting for the snap, Aaron Rodgers, as the clock starts to tick from the right hash, takes it. The 4-man, the blitz actually coming in. It's a 5-man rush, a quick throw to Calvin Austin. The 3rd makes the grab, a gain of 10 yards. That's good for a Pittsburgh Steelers 1st down, and that puts us inside the red zone. That puts us inside the red zone. 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Here we go. 1st and 10 inside the red zone. I know, Dan Steely. It's okay, man. Can't make everyone happy. 1st and 10 from the Indianapolis Colts 19-yard line now. Here are the Pittsburgh Steelers on a tear. With 8 minutes and 54 seconds. Ooh, challenge flag coming in. Are they going to force him to pick that up? Indianapolis challenging this right now. We are going to a quick commercial break with 8 minutes and 54 seconds left to go here in the 1st half. We are in the middle of a quick review. So, commercial break. Nothing happening on the screen. What's going on, guys? You mean the incomplete pass? Question mark, says Danny Williams. Well, that one could have been. We're going to watch this play one more time, I guess, when they get back from this commercial break. Broncos versus Texans. It's a defensive game, says Chaser. Thank you, country. Appreciate you. So let's do this. Let's bring this up one more time. Taking a quick look at all the scores across the league right now. Atlanta Falcons, New England Patriots. Patriots up 14-7 over Atlanta. Chicago Bears a 14-10 lead over the Cincinnati Bengals. We've got the Indianapolis Colts and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Indianapolis Colts 7-0 over Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh at home. Indy on the road. Looking at Tennessee versus LA Chargers. The Chargers 10-14. Chargers trailing in that game by 4. They've got about most of that second quarter still available to them. Looking at Green Bay and Carolina, a close contest there. It's just a 3-0 game right now. Taking a look at the other 3 games that are currently happening at this moment, the New York Giants trail to the San Francisco 49ers. It's 14-7 in that one. Minnesota Vikings up 14-7 over the Detroit Lions. And then looking here at the Houston Texans, they have a 3-0 lead over the Denver Broncos at home. Those are the scores across the NFL, folks, and we are still inside of the commercial break, waiting for this review. Are the Patriots for real? Asked Bobby Shook. Yeah, dude, they are. I made a video this offseason. It's out there on my channel. You can see it. I've been saying that this is the team to beat. The New England Patriots are the team to beat here in the AFC East more than the Buffalo Bills, and the Buffalo Bills have an easy cakewalk schedule. An easy cakewalk schedule. Country asking, what are your favorite cop drops? So what do you find works best? Well, I have favorites for different reason. I always think that Ricola is the best there, Country Kisses. Calvin Austin definitely makes the catch without a doubt. But the question is, was it a 1st down? I don't think it is going to be a 1st down, maybe. Waiting for the call from the officials. Calvin Austin definitely made the catch. Let's get back to this. They're calling it 4th down and 1. Okay, guys, so commercial break is over. They've called it 4th down and 1. 4th down and 1. Here's the snap, and this is going to be a quarterback sneak. Where are they going to mark it? It looks like they will say this one goes forward for about 3 yards, and this is going to be a direct snap to Connor Hayward. Connor Hayward, the tight end, going to get the carry. He will convert the 4th down and 1 situation. This will result in a 1st down here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, it is now 1st down. We are still inside of the red zone. Pittsburgh Steelers now at the Indianapolis Colts 16-yard line. 8 minutes and 41 seconds left to go here in the first half of this game. Colts with 3, Steelers with 3 timeouts left. Both teams with 3 timeouts. Colts up 7-0 in this one, though. Motion on the field, the snap, a little play action. Aaron Rodgers going to wind up and throw. Good defense in his face. No way that Rodgers was going to get that over him. That pass is incomplete, stopping the clock with 8:23. 2nd down and 10. 2nd down and 10 coming up right now. To force the 4th down play, says Dan Steely. I've seen a couple of 4th down situations now. Colts converting earlier on a fake punt on a 4th down. Pittsburgh Steelers converting a 4th down right now. This time from about the 16, 17-yard line, Pittsburgh Steelers have the football. 2nd down and 10. Motion on the field from Calvin Austin as he lines up on the right slot. Motion on the field once again. A snap and a handoff to Jaylen Warren. Jaylen Warren going to lose his footing. He slips after picking up just 3 yards. 3rd down and 7. 3rd down and 7. 8:10 left to go. The clock will continue to tick. The clock will continue to tick here. So 8 minutes on the board. Daniel Jones not on the field right now. We've got Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Rodgers has completed just 7 of 12 for 29 yards. The Pittsburgh Steelers as a whole have not had much success in the first half of this game. Just a total of 48 yards all day long. 48 yards for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here's the snap from the 17-yard line. A wind-up and a throw. Excuse me, that was from the 13-yard line. Doesn't matter because it's good for a 1st down conversion. 1st down, Pittsburgh. So 3rd down and 7. Calvin Austin III makes a grab at the right hash, and it looks like Zaire Franklin has to make a touchdown-saving tackle here. Having to make a touchdown-saving tackle. It's 1st and goal now, though, folks. Good gain out to the 2-yard line for Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh is knocking on the door. Here is Pittsburgh at the 2. DK Metcalf in motion. A little play action. Fakes the handoff. Runs to the right-hand side. Rodgers going to go for it. Rodgers going to take a hit. Gets out to the 1. So 2nd and goal. I think Rodgers, if he was going to make that decision, should have committed to it a bit sooner. I like the aggression from the 41-year-old quarterback to go for it. I like the aggression from Aaron Rodgers to go for it. Unfortunately, he made the decision a little bit too late. I think if he would have committed to that sooner, he would have found the end zone there. But nevertheless, it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Pittsburgh looking for their first points of the game. Pittsburgh Steelers, single back formation, Jaylen Warren. Timeout going to be called right here. Turns around, stops the clock, quick timeout. Aaron Rodgers didn't like what he saw. Looks like there was some miscommunication out there. Steelers will use their first timeout. So we go to a quick commercial break. Derek Harris checking in. Danny Williams saying 40 now. Tie this puppy up, says Todd Tier. Come on, defense, says Micah Kimbrough. 29 yards and it's almost halftime, says Derek Harris. All right, guys, let's see. Scrolling down. Scrolling up. Well, okay. All right, I was looking for something. That's what I was looking for. This drive, 10 plays, 55 yards in 5 minutes. Milked off the clock. 6:16 left to go. It's 2nd down and goal. Timeout is over. And Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers are deep inside the red zone, 1 yard away from pay dirt. On 2nd and goal, here's the snap. Rodgers will shoot to DK Metcalf. Pass is incomplete. DK wanted the flag. No flag here. 3rd down and goal from the Indianapolis 1 yard line. 3rd down and goal from the Indy 1. Will the Pittsburgh Steelers score on this drive? Will the Pittsburgh Steelers score on this drive? Brooks saying he wants a Tyler Warren touchdown. Or maybe a Jalen Warren touchdown makes more sense considering it's the Steelers offense out there. Jalen Warren will get the carry. Jalen Warren will fight his way in. Are they going to give it to him? Does he fumble? Does he score? They call it a touchdown. Touchdown, Pittsburgh Steelers. And the Steelers will score on that play. Okay, so we just watched a touchdown here. Let's explain what happened. Jalen Warren punched it in. That was a touchdown, Jalen Warren anyways. It's going to be a Jalen Warren touchdown. Down by contact after scoring the touchdown. It's a 1 yard touchdown drive there for Jalen Warren. The score is now 6-7. Oh, you heard that right, guys. The score is 6-7. I didn't make that up. 6-7, Pittsburgh Steelers trailing by 1. Here comes the extra point attempt. Let's go Steelers, says Ronald. Let's go Elliot De Jesus. Thanks for checking in, homie. DK completely invisible out there, I guess so. There's the extra point attempt. It's up, it's good, and the score all tied up at 7-all. 7-all, folks, 7-all. So we go back to another commercial break. Commercial break, taking a look at the scores across the NFL one more time. Looks like the Patriots extending their lead, guys. We've tied it up in this one here as well. Any changes? Looking for changes from what we just reported. Looks like Houston is up 6-0 over Denver, so a slight change there. 3:25 games coming up as well, folks. Don't forget, y'all can always check out my website, see what we got going on footballnationusa.com. We've got our weekly pick'ems available for y'all as well, and y'all can see these matchups for today. A couple of games happening after the midday games. I will be covering one of them, the only 3:25 p.m. game I will be covering. That is this one here, Chiefs and Buffalo. Ooh, baby. That will be a good game. That will be a good game, and I'm going to have to wear a tie that isn't red or blue. So that'll be interesting. I got to find a tie somewhere in there that isn't red or blue. I think I got a purple one lying around, or maybe even a gold one. And then over here, we've got the Washington Commanders versus the Seattle Seahawks for our nightcap today. Not one, not two, but 3 games for y'all folks, which means we've got 1, 2, 3 trivia quizzes as well. I do have to make a quick change right now. Hang on. I got to make sure week 9 is no longer available to make any changes. That's on me. No longer accepting responses. Save. Settings, responses. No longer allowed to change your responses. Save. Okay. Cool. So everything's locked in, guys. We had almost 200 participants this week. Almost 200 participants in our weekly pick'ems today, guys. Thanks for hanging out, and thanks for doing that with us. Now, I'll announce the winner of this week's pick'ems here on Monday Night Football. Panthers up 7-3 over Green Bay, says Micah Kimbrough. That must have just updated. I really thought Love was going to be the right choice today, man. I might have been wrong. Dude, Jordan Love is always a good choice, and I still think he can be. Against the Panthers, I think he'll find some success anyways. Elliot De Jesus, thank you, sir. Thank you, Elliot De Jesus. You're too kind, my friend. Okay. Looks like we're about to get the kickoff here. Let's get back to the action. Pittsburgh Steelers did just score a touchdown, so that means the Indianapolis Colts will be getting the football here for this next drive. Indianapolis going to get the football now. There is the kickoff. Pittsburgh sends this to Indy from the end zone to the 10, the 15, the 20. Cuts through shy of the 25 before meeting some contact. Gets down to the 25. 1st and 10 at the right hash for the Indianapolis Colts. Here comes Daniel Jones, Jonathan Taylor, Alec Pierce, Josh Downs, and the rest. Indiana Jones needs to heat up a little. Stop letting Pittsburgh hang around. They are hanging around, man. They are a lingerer. Gosh, these Pittsburgh Steelers just lingering, man. Okay, some people believe that this is the first real challenge of the season outside of the Los Angeles Rams for the Indianapolis Colts. Here's the snap and a handoff to the right-hand side. Jonathan Taylor continuing to push the pile and turned a 2-yard run into about a 5-yard run, pushing through the contact there, showing off that leg strength for Jonathan Taylor, picking up 5 yards on the play. 2nd down and 5. Indianapolis Colts on the move. Out to the 30-yard line, Indianapolis will continue to push forward. That carry for Jonathan Taylor was to the 8th of the contest for him. He's up to 23 rushing yards. He's standing to the right of Daniel Jones on this play. From the 30, the Colts have a man in motion. It's Tyler Warren on the move. Jones looks that way, changes his mind, will throw it straight into the hands of the defense, to the 20, the 15, it's intercepted. 1st down, Pittsburgh Steelers. Daniel Jones doing the old school Daniel Jones move right there, and that's a beautiful interception. Who picked that one off? That was picked off by Wilson. It's a 1st down, Pittsburgh. And the Steelers will get the football back. Peyton Wilson, the right inside linebacker, doing a fantastic job here. That's what you would call a user lurk if you play Madden. He was straight up waiting for it, just moving left and right, and then he jumped over, grabbed the pick, almost took it for a house call. Well done. Steelers get the football inside the red zone. It's a 1st and 10 for Pittsburgh Steelers at the Indianapolis 14-yard line. So the 2nd turnover of the day for Pittsburgh Steelers. They have now tied the Indianapolis Colts this season for turnovers. That's actually the 3rd turnover of the day for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I guess turnover on downs would count. Here's the snap. There's the handoff to the left-hand side. Goes Jaylen Warren. He gets to about 2 hashes upfield. That's a 2-yard gain. A 2nd down and 8 coming up now. 3rd turnover of the day, I suppose, then for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're showing a highlight here. They're showing Justin Herbert connecting with Quentin Johnston for a touchdown, and it looks like the Colts, or the Chargers, excuse me, will take the lead in that game. But let's stay focused here. Pittsburgh gets the football back, baby. Let's go. That's the Daniel Jones I know, says Derek Harris. That's basically my sentiment exactly. From the 12-yard line, shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the left. Looks like Hayward going to step out into the slot on the right. Here is the snap, dropping back. A shot to the end zone. That's Freiermuth who makes the grab. Is that a touchdown? I think it is. Touchdown, Pat Freiermuth. Touchdown, Pittsburgh Steelers. And so Pat Freiermuth made the jump out to the right-hand side. Nobody touched him. He fell into the end zone. That is 6 more points here for Pittsburgh. Touchdown, Steelers. So he falls into the end zone untouched by anybody. All they had to do was touch him. Someone just had to touch him, and that could have been down at the 1-yard line. Instead, Pittsburgh will score, and we're going to get the extra point attempt here. Extra point coming for Pittsburgh. This is odd, says Country. This is odd, says Country. Spiritual Sky Warrior saying WTF. This got to be AI, says Chaser. There's the kick. The kick is up. The kick is good. And the score is 14-7. Pittsburgh finding a way in. The Pittsburgh Steelers defense coming up with some big plays right now. 3 turnovers today by the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Well done by the Mustard Men. Well done by the Black and Gold. Go Steelers, says Matt. Looks like Carla Chandler checking in. Well, well, well. We got a game, says Roy Williams. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and turn off the red zone music. They did just score. Let's go back to a quick commercial break. It will be a first. We're going to get a kickoff when we get back from this commercial break. Across the NFL, not much has changed. San Francisco up 17-7. Detroit trailing by 3 right now. They have the football. Looks like Green Bay also trailing the Carolina Panthers. I guess a lot has changed across the NFL. The Denver Broncos now have the lead over Houston. The score is 7-6 here. LA Chargers 17-14 over Tennessee. Pittsburgh Steelers up 14-7 over Indianapolis. Cincinnati Bengals trail by 1, and Atlanta still down by 2 touchdowns to the New England Patriots. Close games across the league right now for the most part. By the way, welcome to Football Nation. Last night we had a record-breaking game. Today and for the rest of the day, we're going to be riding that high and riding that momentum throughout the day. We are a little gassed. We just finished the entire month of November. The first day, or the entire month of October, we covered baseball throughout that. So we did 2 sports. We're going to go back to 2 sports here soon, but not before we get into college football. I think the next move for the channel is to start dabbling in a couple college football games, maybe a marquee basketball game here and there. Wemby is killing it right now, though, guys. Victor Wembanyama for my San Antonio Spurs. Boy, oh boy, do I want to see some of that right now. Unknown to you. I hope you mean that in a good way, but honestly, that comes off a little creepy there. That comes off just a little bit. I hope you meant that with good sentiment right there, but definitely not by request on that one. Let's see. Taking a look, Tom Brady versus Manning, says Chaser. Chiefs versus Bills, saying greatest rivalry ever. Hook'em Horn, says Danny. Lakers versus Spurs would be a marquee for me, man. You want to go back to the early 2000s? It felt like the biggest rivalry in basketball was in the West. Not even the actual, like, finals. We saw some, it was like Kobe versus the Spurs and LeBron versus the Spurs. Those were like the 2 nemesises, the 2 nemesi? I don't know what that means. I don't know what the plural of nemesis is. Nemesises. What is the plural for nemesis? Anyways, that's what the San Antonio Spurs had to deal with. Kobe Bryant back in the day and LeBron James 3 times in the finals. Okay, back to the action, guys. Here we go. This is going to be a kickoff. This is going to be a return. Looks like to about the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up right now for the Indianapolis Colts. Here's the kickoff. They're showing this return. Pittsburgh getting really fired up after that hit. Yeah, I could see why. It's a good, strong hit right there. 4:17 coming up right now. You only get 1 nemesis. You only get 1 nemesis. I guess that's fair. I guess by definition, you only get 1. You can't have 2 arch enemies. Then you don't have 1 arch enemy. They're just your enemies. Fair enough. Okay, folks, here we go. There's the snap, a little play action. Going to the right-hand side, a wind-up and throw. Looks like the catch is made by Tyler Warren. Warren will be brought down after picking up about 7. 2nd down and 3 coming up. 2nd down and 3. Let's get this clock ticking. Indy looking like frauds right now, says Chaser. Smoke Burp saying Nemesis 6. Don't say Nemesis 7. You can't say Nemesis 6 and Nemesis 7 because that would be, honestly, you can't say it because I said it first. 2nd down and 3. I'm stepping away from the chat. Here's the snap, a little play action. Daniel Jones will wind up and air this one out. A deep shot upfield right through the hands of the intended receiver, looking for Alec Pierce about 40 yards downfield. That pass incomplete, brings up a 3rd down and 3. 3rd down coming up, and the Pittsburgh Steelers defense making a stop right now. Indianapolis Colts doing all right here. Indianapolis Colts looking for a short gain. It's 3rd down and 3, so they don't need a huge play right now. Let's see what play they design here on this one. From their own 37-yard line, 3rd down and 3. Daniel Jones gonna do this right now. Waiting for the snap, motion on the field. There it is, a 4-man rush coming in, a windup and a throw. Did someone get a hand to it? I think he did. Well done by Alex Highsmith right there. Or was that Eccles? Either way, it was Alex Highsmith who got a paw on that one to bat the pass away. That will go down as a deflected pass for his defensive category. And a deflected pass brings up a 4th down and 3. Incomplete, stops the clock with 3:33, and the Indianapolis Colts will end up having to punt. Colts to punt here. Here we go. Waiting for the punt. Michael saying nemesis versus nemesis is the difference. Here is the run to the left-hand side after the punt. Gets out to about the 17, 18-yard line. Okay, guys, I'm going to do something that has nothing to do with football here. I think this will be a fun one here. I'm going to start a little fight in the chat. A little friendly fight here in the chat. By the way, we just got a kickoff, or excuse me, we just had a punt. Indianapolis Colts could not convert. So it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Pittsburgh own 18-yard line. But my question to you guys is this. Does a straw have 2 holes or 1? Does a straw have 2 holes or 1? You guys decide out there in the chat. You guys decide out there in the chat. I don't know if you've ever given that any thought. But already we've got a split room right now. Does a straw have 2 holes or 1? I knew that this was going to cause an issue. 1 big hole, says Kelly. But they are connected. 2, but they're connected. Maroon Commando in the hockey spirit right now. Same as a donut. Is it the same as a donut, though? Because you've got like a pro-late and a pro-long spheroid, so you've got differences in that. 0 holes, says keep grinding up. Holes, but 1 tube. 2, don't overthink it, says Michael Castro. I knew I was going to do something to the chat right there, Robert. I knew that was going to mess with some people's heads. I saw, so they were walking around. The reason I brought that up is they were doing some interviews with the players for the Green Bay Packers, and they asked them that question on the sideline, and the whole team was divided, and they were straight up fighting with each other over, does a straw have 1 hole or 2? Does a straw have 1 hole or 2? Not holes, they're passages, says Rake Flyer. Straw is 3D, says Nicholas. If it has a hole, it won't work, says Sparky. Oh, it's a tunnel. It's not a hole, it's a funnel, says Tone Setta. What up, Tone Setter? It's a tunnel, says Todd Tier. It's a single wormhole, says Puck. Oh, man, I definitely opened up a can of worms with that one. How about that wormhole? Alrighty, folks, so a reminder that we are in the middle of a commercial break, but this commercial break is just about over. The Pittsburgh Steelers are now getting the football here. The Pittsburgh Steelers are now getting the football right now. I appreciate you guys out there in the chat. Thanks for playing with me. Sorry if I just broke your brains for the day. Pat Fryermuth in motion right now, lining up on the tight side of the right side of that formation. A quick snap and a handoff. This will be a run from Jaylen Warren, and Warren will pick up about 8 yards, taking that from the Pittsburgh 18-yard line. Looks like an 8-yard gain would be out to the 26. So 2nd down and 2 coming up. 2nd down and 2, and the clock is ticking. 2nd down and 2, and the clock is ticking. Yeah, this is gonna go at least through halftime, I feel like. Shotgun formation, motion on the field. Fryermuth going to the bottom of the screen once again. Rodgers directing traffic, motion this time from Calvin Austin. This will be a quick snap and a handoff, and it looks like Jaylen Warren gonna fight his way forward. The officials gonna run in and bring in the sticks. This will be good for a 1st down. Indianapolis, excuse me, I'm on the wrong side here. Pittsburgh Steelers have the football. 1st down, Pittsburgh. So 1st down, Kenneth Gainwell will pick up, that one was Jaylen Warren will pick up 2 yards. That's good for a 1st and 10. 1st and 10 to the Pittsburgh 28. Pittsburgh Steelers with the football. Let's get locked back into this. No more mistakes right here. Mistake-free football, mistake-free commentary. That's what we want to see. 1st and 10. Motion from Calvin Austin as he goes to the bottom of the screen, and looks like I was saved by the bell as we hit that 2-minute warning. So 2 minutes coming up now. Quick commercial break once again, folks. Another quick commercial break. Let's minimize this right now. But, okay, that was good. That was good. So, does the straw have 1 or 2 holes? Anyways. These are the schedules. We talked about these schedules. Let's talk about halftime, folks. If you're new to the channel and this is your first time checking in, we are going to do a halftime trivia quiz. This is what we do every halftime. I'm going to ask you 10 questions during the break when that time comes. But in the meantime, I'm going to hide the questions from y'all. For now. But we will have a very fun halftime trivia quiz. What's going on? TM Martinesque saying, I saw Frankenstein at the movies Friday, and now they give you your straw because people were scooping them up. Oh, they were taking extra straws home? Why? I mean, okay. When is 7 of 9 a 10? Wait, what? Wait, what, bro? Jay Sleepy Eyes. I was going to say that. Giggity, giggity, giggity goo. I prefer metal straws, but be careful when using, says TM Martin. Make sure you clean them as well, because I hear those metal straws can get kind of gross after a while. Well, she's the gal on Star Trek. Welcome back, buddy. How was your Halloween? Mario Nanya. Mario, what's going on, man? Or Marion Onya. What's going on, man? Appreciate you, bro. Halloween was good. Thanks for checking in. Yes, C.J. Stroud got hurt, and he got a concussion. Uh-oh, that's not good either. Let's see. That's the last straw, says Todd Tier. Let's go, Colts, says Real K Bishop. Okay, folks, in the middle of the 2-minute warning, we are waiting for this 2-minute warning to be done. Straw Trek. Not Star Trek, Straw Trek. Reminds me of when the Steelers beat the Ravens last season. Then the Ravens kicked that Steelers. I hear you. Okay. 1st and 10. 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. Pittsburgh Steelers have the football. We're coming back from the break, and Pittsburgh is on their own 28-yard line. You guys good? We're good? Okay. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. Pittsburgh Steelers with the football, motion on the field. Aaron Rodgers does a simple this, and we've got motion on the field. A running back standing to either side of Mr. Rodgers. Kenneth Gainwell going out to the wide here. A quick throw to Kenneth Gainwell. He will split the defense and pick up a good chunk of yardage. That looks like a 16-yard gain. On 1st and 10, Kenneth Gainwell picks up 16. That is good for a Pittsburgh Steelers first down. Inside the 2-minute warning, the clock is hot and ticking. Steelers looking to extend this lead right now. Welcome to first down, Kwama Williams. Appreciate you checking in, Kwama. 1st and 10, 90 seconds on the board here. Aaron Rodgers at the 44-yard line with the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. Colts defense looking to make a stop right now. Here's the snap, and a 4-man rush comes in. Rodgers going to lay this one out to Austin, and Calvin Austin unable to get to that football. There was no flag on the play. 2nd down and 10, incomplete pass. Stops the clock with 1:16. Pittsburgh has 2 timeouts remaining. Indianapolis has 3 timeouts remaining. The Colts have 3 timeouts. Expected a deep ball soon, says Patrick Underwood. Sparky saying first down. You see it there, Sparky. Shotgun. Rodgers, 2 receivers right, 3 receivers right, 1 receiver left. And they're showing a 4-man rush right here from the Indianapolis Colts. Play clock down to 3. I see a couple players peeling back. It's a 4-man rush, a windup and a throw. Finds the soft spot. Tries to stay in bounds. Too much momentum for Freiermuth. He does make the catch and picks up 8 yards on the play, but a little more body control would have had a full 10 yards right there. Freiermuth on the run. Didn't realize that he was running out of grass. It's an 8-yard gain. 3rd down and 2. 3rd down and 2 with 1:11 left to go in the first half. This time, Indianapolis is 2 yards inside. The Pittsburgh Steelers are 2 yards inside of Indianapolis territory from the 48-yard line. A shotgun formation with 1:11 left to go. Trips to the left. Rodgers takes the snap. He hands this off. Kenneth Gainwell on 3rd down and 2 will pick up about 3 yards, and that'll be good for a first down. First down on the play. Little scuffle at the top of the screen. Players pushing each other around. Looks like flags are coming in. Stops the clock with 57 seconds left to go. Let's find out who's going to get the penalty here. Okay, flag on the play. Players pushing and shoving at the top of this screen. Officials trying to break this thing up. We're probably going to see an unnecessary roughness or an unsportsmanlike conduct. Guess who, guys? I'll give you 3 guesses. Who on the Pittsburgh Steelers instigated a fight? I'll give you 3 guesses. Go ahead. Who do you think it was? Think, 3 guesses, guys. Who do you think that one was? No, not Pickens anymore. Pickens ain't on that one. Steelers offense is out there. Yep. Tone set of DK Metcalf. That's right, man. DK getting into some altercation out there. So, both teams, actually, it was going to be a foul, but it looks like the officials say that's going to be personal foul, unnecessary roughness against the Colts defense. It was DK Metcalf who was in the middle of that altercation, but somehow the Colts are going to be penalized for it. The Colts are going to be penalized for it. DK Metcalf hovering over a player, maybe should have been flagged for. I don't think DK Metcalf would have been hit for unnecessary roughness there, but I do think an unsportsmanlike conduct the way that he was standing over the player that he had just brought down. Either way, that's the call, folks. That's a big break here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers now out to the 30-yard line, a shotgun formation. Here's the snap, a wind-up and a throw. It's going to be swatted down at the line of scrimmage. Incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10 with 55 seconds left to go. 2nd down and 10. Pass is incomplete. 55 seconds left to go in the first half of this one. I got almost 1:30 right now. DK always looking for a confrontation. I agree, Michael. I agree. And with what he's currently being paid right now, they can't afford for him to get suspended. Never give up, ever, never right now. If I played football 15, 20 years ago, oh, man. Here's the snap on 2nd and 10. Aaron Rodgers will wind up and throw. This catch will be made at about the 25-yard line, down at the 24. Looks like Jonnu Smith will get the grab for 6 yards to 3rd down and 4. The clock is ticking with 40 seconds left to go. No timeout going to be called here, although Pittsburgh does have 2. So 3rd down, the line to gain is the 20, and Pittsburgh has the football. Up by 7. Showing blitz right now are the Colts defense. They bring a 4-man rush. Rodgers running out of time will wind up and throw. A flag coming in. Catch is made by Jonnu Smith inside the 15 down to the 12. Let's find out what the flag is, stopping the clock with 15 seconds. There's a flag on the play. The officials dropping the laundry. So laundry day once again. Holding on the defense. That penalty will be declined, so the catch for Jonnu Smith will stand, and this will be a Pittsburgh Steelers 1st down. 15 seconds left to go. 15 seconds left to go. We are inside the red zone, and it looks like Pittsburgh. Y'all were saying this smells like a blowout earlier. Some of y'all saying this smells like a blowout and that the Colts were going to run away with this one. But it's a 1st down for Pittsburgh. It's a 1st and 10 at the Indianapolis 12-yard line, and Aaron Rodgers is looking to cash in right now. In the shotgun formation with Kenneth Gainwell to the right, 3 receivers on the left-hand side. Offensive line needs to get set here. Play clock down to 5. Rodgers waits for the snap. He takes it. A 4-man rush comes in. A pump fake. Rodgers going to scramble. Rodgers going to get dropped from behind. Quick timeout going to be called right now. This will bring up a 2nd down on the 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 becomes 2nd and looks like a loss of 5. 2nd down and 15 after the sack right there. Latu in for another one. In for another bag. That's a 2nd sack of the day. Split sack by Gallimore and Latu. Terry didn't need protection. 2nd down and 15 coming up. Football to the Indianapolis 17-yard line. Pittsburgh with it. Pittsburgh did call a timeout to stop the clock. They have one more remaining. Pittsburgh has one timeout remaining. We are almost at the end of the half right now. Maybe a Boswell field goal. Maybe one more play. I smell one more play and then a Boswell field goal. 2nd down and 15. Rodgers from the 17-yard line. In a shotgun formation, 2 left, 2 right. A little flinch right there on the offensive line. There is the whistle. It's going to be a false start on number 19. Calvin Austin definitely rocking right here. That's definitely Calvin Austin right there who committed that. This will bring up a 2nd down and 20. Without a doubt, Austin, false start. So, we just saw the flag on the play. We just saw that it was a false start on the offense here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That will back them up 5 more yards, and it's a 2nd down and 20 from the Indianapolis 22 with 10 seconds left to go. Directing traffic here, Calvin Austin going to the bottom of the screen. They are clearly playing prevent on the goal line here. Calvin Austin will get the catch, tries to get a couple blocks, tries to get around the corner, saves the timeout. Doesn't matter with 3 seconds left to go. My guess is that they are going to kick a field goal here. Out comes Aaron Rodgers, and in comes the special teams field goal unit. 3rd down and 5 with 3 seconds left to go. 3rd down and 5 with 3 seconds left to go. Aaron Rodgers going to come off the field. Okay, guys, it's almost time for halftime. It's almost time for our trivia quiz. Are you guys ready for this? I'm no longer going with my gut when it comes to fantasy. Just pick the opposite players, country. Hey, the game is not over. The Colts still have a chance to get back in this one. Here is the kick to send us to halftime. The kick is up, and the kick is good. That will be a field goal, good for 3 points. And this will take us to halftime, folks. This will take us to halftime. When we get back, we will see who received the football to start. Well, I'll tell you guys here in a second. Okay, guys, it's time to go into our trivia quiz. Let's go ahead and do that right now. All right, folks, I'm going to ask y'all a series of questions. It is your job to try to get these right. This is just for funsies right now, so no penalties for wrong answers. I'm going to ask y'all a series of questions. Let's see how you guys do on this first trivia quiz of the day. Question number 1. What is the name of the Colts home stadium? What is the name of the Colts home stadium? Is it Everbank Stadium, SoFi Stadium, or Lucas Oil Stadium? Go ahead and plug in your answers now. No penalties for wrong answers. You guys know the drill. 5 seconds on the board. A, B, or C. Most of you guys got this one right, y'all. It is Lucas Oil Stadium, located in downtown Indianapolis, Indiana. It's where the Combine is held every year. It's where they do that. So, in case you did not know, now you know. By the way, Lucas Oil, Indy 500, all that kind of stuff kind of just makes sense for them and their brand. All right, guys, question number 2 coming up right now. The Pittsburgh Steelers are currently leading which NFL division? An easier way to ask the question is, what division are the Pittsburgh Steelers in? Is it the AFC East, the AFC North, or the AFC South? What division are the Pittsburgh Steelers in? This is another easy one for you guys. Going to give you a chance here. Going to give you guys a quick chance here to get a couple of wins right now. The Pittsburgh Steelers are in the AFC North, and they lead the division with a 4-3 record. Steelers in the front. We've got Baltimore right behind them, the Bengals behind that, and the Browns normally where the Browns are, which is at the end of the division. Let's move on to question number 3. Question number 3, the Indianapolis Colts are playing the Atlanta Falcons in what international location? Is it A, Spain? Is it B, Germany? Or is it C, England? Where are the Colts playing football next week? Spain, Germany, or England? A, B, or C? Go ahead and plug these in. What do you think the answer is? Next week, the Indianapolis Colts play a game in Berlin, Germany. Berlin, Germany. This game is scheduled for Sunday, November 9th as part of the NFL 2025 Berlin game. That's it. That's what you got. That's your answer. Colts, Falcons, and Falcons look like they'll be coming in on that one after a loss. Maybe both these teams will be. All right, guys, who is the Pittsburgh Steelers franchise all-time sack leader? Who is the franchise all-time sack leader for the Pittsburgh Steelers? Is it A, T.J. Watt? Is it B, Mean Joe Green? Or is it C, Cameron Hayward? A, B, or C? A, B, or C? Who is the franchise all-time leader in sacks for Pittsburgh? A, B, or C? The answer is T.J. Watt, guys. 112 career sacks for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He broke the all-time sack leader back in 2023. The man before was actually James Harrison, who isn't even on this list right now. But just so you know, the answer is Watt. Y'all looking for more wattage? You got some today. The Indianapolis Colts were one Super Bowl, I can't math right now, 51 against what NFL team? Is that right? Okay. Someone, I can't, this is 2007. 41. Thank you, Joey. Thank you. Super Bowl 40. I was like 51. Didn't that just happen? It is 41, and I can't math. The answer was the Chicago Bears, and I feel like a big old doofus. And I feel like a big old doofus. They won against the Chicago Bears. Good job, Colts fans. And that was 41, Super Bowl 41. It's like, what happened here? My brain glitched. All right, guys, question number 6. Question number 6. What year did the Pittsburgh Steelers move from the NFC to the AFC? In case you did not know, the Pittsburgh Steelers used to be an NFC team, but they moved to the AFC in which year? A, B, or C? What year was it when they moved to the AFC? 71, B, no. Maybe. The answer is B, in 1970. The Pittsburgh Steelers moved from the NFL, which would then become the NFC, to the AFC in 1970. So they moved in 1970. AFL-NFL merger then happened, and all that stuff is history. So let's move on to question number 7. I got 4 more for you, folks. 4 more questions. Entering today, Daniel Jones has thrown 2,062 yards, but how many passing touchdowns heading into today for Daniel Jones? How many passing touchdowns does Daniel Jones have heading into today's matchup? Is it 13, 14, or 15? Stewie saying 13. What up, Stewie? Spiritual saying 14. Joey Montoya saying 15. The answer is 13 touchdowns in the 2025 season heading into today, guys. 13 passing touchdowns for Danny Dimes. Had him up there in the top category for most passing touchdowns in the NFL. I think that ranked him in at 3rd. Question number 8. How many times have the Pittsburgh Steelers made the playoffs? Just in general, guys. How many times have the Pittsburgh Steelers made the playoffs? Is it 33, 35, or 37 times? Pittsburgh Steelers get to the playoffs a lot. The answer coming in right now. Got about 5 seconds. Got about 5 seconds too many, saying Joey. The answer is 35 appearances in the postseason, guys. That is a lot. They have been one of the most consistent playoff teams since the year 2001. They have been always getting there, man. Always getting there. All right, guys, here we go. Question number 9. I got 2 more for you. 2 more questions for you today. What is Jonathan Taylor's current fantasy football running back rank? Is it 1st, 2nd, or 3rd? In fantasy football, where does Jonathan Taylor rank amongst fantasy running backs? 1st, 2nd, or 3rd? Guys, Jonathan Taylor has been an absolute stud. Jonathan Taylor has been the #1 running back in all of fantasy football throughout the first 8 weeks of the season, leading the NFL in total yards, rushing touchdowns, and carries leading into this week. He has been absolutely great in 2025. Final question number 10. Ex-Steeler Troy Polamalu is known for which of his features, for his feature in which brand commercial? Is it Old Spice? Is it Head & Shoulders? Or is it Dove? Which of these 3 brands has Troy Polamalu been in a commercial for? Old Spice, Head & Shoulders, or Dove? What do you think the answer is? The answer, y'all remember this one? The answer is B. He's been in the Head & Shoulders commercial. With that hair, dude, perfect representative for you. Looks like, I think they got like the whole concept of Moana based off of his hair, man. Anyways, that's it, guys. That's all I've got for this trivia quiz. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, y'all. Don't forget to check the links in the description down below. Appreciate you guys hanging out. So, how did y'all do on that trivia quiz? Mongo got 9 out of 10. Looks like Sparky got 8 out of 10. Robert also got 8 out of 10. Country, 4 out of 10. Womp, womp, she says. Eso pasa. Eso pasa. Patrick loves Tiny Troy, says Steve. DJ Jean got 6. Joey Montoya got 6. Kendra getting them all right. Well done, Kendra Bailey. What shampoo do you use? How about Santino? I don't think Santino uses much shampoo. Maybe something for his beard. I use whatever is cheapest, bro. I'm not too into all of that. Back in the day, you know, maybe once upon a time I cared a whole lot about it. But we are currently in the middle of a commercial break, guys. We are currently in the middle of halftime. Y'all can see this above my head right now. So let's bring up some scores across the NFL. Colts in the 4th quarter, says Michael. Watch this. Let's see, Michael. Mario uses that 3-in-1, that hair conditioner, dish, car engine cleaner, all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying, bro? Okay. Here's the look, guys, across the NFL. It looks like Atlanta got a little bit back right there. So the Falcons got some points back. That is a 17-14 game right now, with the 21-14 game right now with the Atlanta Falcons and the New England Patriots. 2.2K messages, says Daniel Boone. What's going on, Daniel? Appreciate you, my friend. We've got the Pittsburgh Steelers 17-7. Tennessee 17-20. Trailing right now to the LA Chargers. Cincinnati Bengals have the lead now at halftime. They are crawling into halftime. Obviously, in this game, we are at halftime as well, with halftime now hitting about 2 minutes left to go. About 2 minutes left to go here. Let's refresh this page here. We are at halftime, and the Indianapolis Colts will get the football to start the second half, just so everybody is clear. Carolina Panthers up above the Green Bay Packers. It's 7-6 in that game. Houston Texans have a 12-7 lead. Minnesota Vikings 17-14 over the Detroit Lions, and it looks like there is a field goal that was just scored in this contest here. Yes, the San Francisco 49ers go up 20-7 over the New York Giants. Been watching the Texans. Good game, but I'm missing you, says Dallas Wishes. Appreciate you being here, man. Thank you, Dallas Wishes. Saying 2.2K in the chat, 447 on the like, says Daniel Boone. That's okay, Daniel. That's okay. People will come and go and like as they please. This is what happens when you keep turning the ball over, says Dave. That is what happens when you keep turning the ball over. That is what happens when you keep turning the ball over. I imagine the Colts doing better than this in this game. Dear Lord, says, whatever. Yeah, I imagine the Indianapolis Colts doing better as well, and here's why. Because when we look at their stats, and by the way, I got to run through some fantasy numbers with you guys as well, just to make sure that I'm doing everything I need to do to give you all the value you're looking for. Got about a minute, maybe less than a minute left here in halftime, about 45 seconds, so let's run through this pretty quick. Offensively, guys, the Colts have been averaging 33 points per game, almost 34 points per game, averaging 385 yards. They are 4th in the NFL at converting third downs and top 10 inside the red zone, but today they're sitting on 138 total yards of offense, just 30 on the ground and 108 through the air, struggling a little bit. Meanwhile, The Pittsburgh Steelers defense has been giving up 25 points, and the Colts are behind schedule right now. We see the Colts have these big plays, and then they get into areas where mistakes happen. They strip sack fumble for Daniel Jones today, an interception for Daniel Jones today, conversion on downs here for the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts struggling a little bit, man. But Pittsburgh doing a good job defensively, staying ahead of schedule right now. By the way, 17 points offensively puts them ahead of schedule offensively there as well. Micah Cannon saying here for the halftime quiz, you just missed it, my friend. You just missed it. Season 4 Rapture, thank you for checking into the chat, but we try to stay away from anything political or religious in the chat room. So, yeah. Let's cut back on that just a little bit. Doesn't exactly fit the vibe of our chat. Doesn't exactly fit the vibe of the chat right now. Okay. So halftime. Halftime happening. Ooh, let's go ahead and turn this off. Halftime just about done. Let's move on to third quarter. Quarter number 3. Reset this. Indianapolis Colts going to get the football to start the second half. Let's move forward. What is the next game? Dallas Wishes asking right now. Dallas Wishes. The next game is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills. Should be a good one. I got too many sounds in my headphone. Let's turn off that red zone music. Ryan saying, defense, doom, doom. Go Chiefs, says Stefanova. Stefanova, that's a cool name right there. JT about to eat, says Steve Barker. Let's see if JT does eat right now. Country Kiss is saying smash that like button, y'all. You heard the lady. Okay. Indianapolis lined up to receive. Pittsburgh Steelers lined up to kick off. It's getting ready to send this over is Mr. Boswell. Boswell will kick it, and this will be returned from the end zone to the 5, the 10, the 15, the 20. Gonna cut, gets to the 24 before a contact, out to the 25. They'll mark it down at the 26, and the Indianapolis Colts now have the football. Dallas Wishes we will be here. Can we presume it's adults only when it's the 18th inning and 2 a.m.? We can presume that, but unfortunately, I have to continue to keep it family friendly. Looks like I've been walking the line with the platform apparently, and a couple of times it looks like I have committed a few errors that have actually limited a bit of the growth here on the channel. A wind-up and a throw to the left-hand side. The catch will be made. It looks like a gain of about 8 yards brings up a second down and 2. So much so, folks, that you will notice that my Game 7 from last night, you're not going to find that. You're not going to find that on the channel. That wasn't by my choice. The big, giant play button in the sky made an executive decision. And, well, it is what it is. That doesn't take away the fact that 750,000 people watched the stream last night at some point. 3rd down and 1 coming up right now. Indianapolis Colts at the 35-yard line. Here we go. Okay. Potty mouths happen from time to time. No, it was actually for something else. But that's okay. We're going to keep it ambiguous, not going to draw too much attention to it because there's no use crying over spilt milk. It's just time to move forward and keep going. By the way, if you did make a donation yesterday, you should check your accounts. You should have been refunded for any donations you made yesterday. A quick snap on 3rd down and 1 is going to be a handoff to the right-hand side. No gain out to the 35. 4th down and 1 coming up right now. 4th down and 1. Okay. 4th down and 1. We are going to get a punt here most likely, but they did fake a punt earlier. They're lining up to go for it. 4th down and 1. Indianapolis Colts might actually go for it here. Daniel Jones under center, a single back formation. Motion on the field from Tyler Warren. Daniel Jones waiting for the snap. No. I think they're going to try to flinch here and try to get them to bite. No, they are going to go for it. And Daniel Jones on 4th down and 1. A quarterback sneak. He gets in. A first down, Indianapolis. First down for the Indianapolis Colts. 1st and 10. Thank you, Stefanova, a.k.a. Bop It. Appreciate you, Bop It. Thanks for checking in, man. New name. Okay, I know, Janet Jones. Me either. Trust me. My wife and I had a whole conversation about it. Santino, I called him first thing in the morning and was like, dude, did you see what happened? Guys who are in the group message, I'll explain it to you guys later for the moderators out there so you guys know what happened to that stream and where it went. But doesn't matter. Time to continue moving forward right now. We are right now in a pistol formation, and this time Daniel Jones is going to get sacked with a monkey on his back. There is Alex Highsmith jumping on him. This will bring up a 2nd down and 20 coming up right now. 2nd down and 20. Clock will continue to tick here. So great job by the Pittsburgh Steelers as Alex Highsmith wraps up Daniel Jones and drops him to the ground right there. Well done by number 56. So that is a Steelers sack. That is good for a Steelers sack. 2nd down and 20. Football to the Indianapolis 27. Daniel Jones in a shotgun formation with 2 receivers at the bottom of the screen. He will fake the handoff. He will pump fake. He's in trouble. Danny Dimes on the run. Daniel Jones going to get back to that line of scrimmage. No gain. This will go down, technically speaking, as a sack according to CBS Sports, and it looks like a loss of about a half a yard. Joey Porter Jr. going to be credited for a sack there as he pushes Daniel Jones out of bounds. 3rd down and 20 at the 27. Here we go. 3rd down and 20 at the 27. Here we go. Clock is ticking. Indianapolis Colts, Daniel Jones. Empty backfield takes the snap. 4-man rush coming in. Daniel Jones with time will wind up and throw. A tough grab made. Not going to be enough to move the sticks here. Catch made by Michael Pittman Jr. for 11 yards. So number 11 picks up 11 on 3rd down and 20. It brings up a 4th down and 9. Time keeps ticking. So 4th down and 9. No need to go for it on 4th down this time. Pittsburgh Steelers eventually gets the stop. Pittsburgh Steelers eventually get the stop, and I wonder why my ESPN drive chart is continuously giving me some issues here. Let's see if they do this punt here. So on 4th down and 9, Indianapolis will punt this one away. This one goes back, and we do get a return from the 5 to the 10 to the 15, out to the 20-yard line. They're going to call it 1st and 10 at the Pittsburgh 22. 1st and 10 coming up here. Clock has stopped. Pittsburgh now with the football. 1st and 10. There we go. They're showing the punt at the bottom of the screen here. Now you can see it. OM gosh, says Courtney. OM gosh. Really, we get a super chat refund? Wow. Yeah, apparently that's what's supposed to happen. Apparently that's what's supposed to happen. So maybe just double check and then bring it up with the giant play button in the sky. So that's supposed to be what's supposed to happen. I will let you know if I receive anything on my end, but just so you know. It's okay. It happens. How do you choose which games you call, asks Eric. Honestly, I go with the marquee games. So I actually do have a formula for how I choose the games. Honestly, I literally just look at the games that are available, and I know for a fact I'm always doing Thursday night, Sunday night, and Monday night football. So that, without a question, will always happen. Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night football will always happen. Then I look at the schedule right now. At 3:25, made my job super easy because there's only one game happening at 3:25, and that's the game that we have to cover. The 12 p.m. time slots, I can't do a 3:05 game because a lot of these 12 p.m. games will literally go till 3:10, 3:15, and then I jump into this game with very minimal pregame and very minimal warm-up. But I'll look at these, and honestly, out of these games, I'll just decide which one seems like the most fun. Which one do which one do I personally have fantasy players on that I'm going to end up watching? If I'm going to end up watching the game anyways, I might as well call the game for you guys. In this one, I don't really have a whole lot of I don't really have a whole lot of fantasy players in this one. I think I've got one share of DK Metcalf. I've got one share right now of, like, Josh Downs. Outside of that, oh, and I've got Jaylen Warren. I do have Jaylen Warren for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I do have players on other teams that I could definitely be covering right now. But something about the 7-1 Indianapolis Colts versus the marquee Pittsburgh Steelers called my name, and I think there would only be maybe 2 other games that I might want to call. The Vikings have been struggling, so I didn't want to cover this one, although the Vikings, last I checked, were winning 17-14. And then I figured this game would be a really good one. I do like the New England Patriots, but I stuck with this. We're going to roll with that. I hope that answered your question. By the way, folks, we did just have the punt from Indianapolis, which means that the Steelers now have the football. It is a 1st and 10 as we come back from the commercial break. 1st and 10 from the commercial break. Here we go. You're playing Christina this week, Lucinda. Okay. Shotgun formation, Jaylen Warren standing to the left of Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers trying to direct traffic here. In the shotgun, will snap and hand off to Warren. Warren to the left-hand side. Looks like a 3-yard gain here. 2nd down and 7. Gets the clock ticking. 2nd down. You picked right, says Roy Williams. I hope so. Christian saw Teddy Bear saying, I need me a Colts girl. A good Christian country girl. Well, I'll tell you this, Chainsaw. You're not going to find her here. 80% of the chat is dudes. But that's okay, man. Shoot your shot, bro. Remember, this is for football purposes, not a dating app, but I appreciate you leaving your chat out there, brother. Thanks for checking in. Here's the snap on 2nd and 7 from the 23-yard line. A wind up and a throw. Catch will be made upfield. Looks like finally a grab upfield, and this time it's going to be Washington. So Washington makes the grab. This is good for a Pittsburgh Steelers 1st down, a 12-yard grab. Pittsburgh, 1st down. Okay, Darnell Washington makes the grab right now. Darnell Washington makes the grab. 1st and 10 at the Pittsburgh 35. Steelers with the ball. Steelers on the move. Approaching midfield right now. Motion, Jonnu Smith, motion. There's the snap, looking left, winding up, throwing, catch is made. Gonna get slung down to the ground right here. Looks like this should be a gain of about 6 on 2nd down. Looks like Washington will make the grab again. So Darnell Washington back-to-back plays. This time it's a 2nd down and 3. So like I said, literally all 4 of the tight ends have had action today. All 4 of the tight ends were going to get action today, and they got the action. Clock continues to tick. 2nd down and 3 at the Pittsburgh 42. Line to gain is the 45. Motion on the field. Shotgun formation. Aaron Rodgers waits for the snap. Motion once again as Calvin Austin III goes to the right-hand side. This is going to be a handoff to the running back, and no gain here for Jaylen Warren. Tough sledding for Warren today. 9 carries for just 22 yards for Jaylen Warren. If it wasn't for that 1-yard touchdown run for him earlier today, his fantasy day would be completely shot. 22 rushing yards, not going to really help out this team a whole lot. 3rd down and 3, they line up quickly. 3rd down, 42-yard line, no huddle, trips to the left. It's going to be another handoff to Jaylen Warren, and he will go nowhere again. 4th down and 2, and the Pittsburgh Steelers likely going to punt. They're on their own 43. I don't know that they'll be able to really justify the risk here going forward on 4th down, but you never know. We saw it happen from the Indianapolis Colts to keep their drive alive. Something tells me that Tomlin's a little more vanilla than that. So here's the punt team. They are going to send this back to Indianapolis. The Colts going to signal a fair catch here. Down at the 19, 20-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up for Indianapolis. Okay. Fresh new set of downs, 1st and 10. All right, folks, I hope y'all are hanging out with me. How come no one else has ever seen Aaron Rodgers' new wife in the media? Does she even exist? She could be AI, TM. She could be AI. Javier saying Dodgers back-to-back champions. Congrats. Congratulations to Dodgers fans out there. Sorry to all the Blue Jays fans who had watched. Roy Williams saying, I've seen her picture. Shiny, happy people watching football. That is correct, Courtney. Shiny, happy people. She wants privacy, says Michael Castro, and I think that's fair. I think that is fair. Dodgers and Jays gave it their all. Awesome series, says Marva Merriman. It was a really awesome series, Marva. Thanks for watching football with us. I know you're more of a baseball gal, but I appreciate you. So those of y'all who are watching this live stream, my name is Mario. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Our goal for today, and not for this particular live stream, but I think we can get to 59,000 by the end of today. We have 3 games coming up right now, so we need to pick up 370 subscribers before it's all said and done. I never beg for them on this channel. My goal is to try and earn them when we can. So, commercial break right now. Indianapolis Colts going to get the football. They have the football at the 20-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10 when we get back from our little commercial break right now. Shout out to everyone in the chat right now. Appreciate you guys. Let's do a quick question. I know that I've never covered an Indianapolis Colts game ever before, so if you are new, say hello. Drop 5 emojis. Here are my 5 emojis. If you are new, say hello. Let's find out who the newbies are right now. Shout-outs to the Colts fans who are getting to watch this game right now. By the way, next week, Santino will be covering your Indianapolis Colts in that Germany game, just so you know. Let's see. Purple Love 788 saying Duck the Fodgers, saying Toronto sadly has more American players than L.A. I mean, does that really matter? Dark Matter checking in right now. What's going on, Dark Matter? Thanks for checking in. Bobby Shook saying hello. What's going on, guys? Randman saying hello from Arizona. Sparky shared it. Hello, Slim Chance. What's going on, Angela? Thank you for checking in. How new, says Dana Vanover. New enough, Dana. You're new enough. Thanks for checking in. Welcome, Green Beans. I like that there. Michael Castro. Shout out to Tracy Egan's checking in right now. Darren dropping in saying hello. Ohio's in the house. Thank you to all the newbies. Thanks for letting us know right now. Appreciate y'all, appreciate y'all, appreciate y'all. Okay, let's get back to the action. Shout out to the newbies. Welcome in. From the 20-yard line, a look to the left, a throw to the left. The catch is going to be made. Turning against the challenge, Michael Pittman Jr. will pick up 9 yards. They're going to call that a gain of 8, 2nd down and 2. As Michael Pittman turns away from the challenge there, turns away from the tackle. Well done. It would have been just a 2-yard gain, but good instincts from number 11 to turn away from the tackler and to pick up some additional yardage. That gain moves the football from the 20-yard line to the 28. Indianapolis with the football now. By the way, the Pittsburgh Steelers were 3-point underdogs here at home. Here's the snap and a handoff to Jonathan Taylor. Taylor going to find a little wiggle room there on the left-hand side. A little counter run will be good for about 4, maybe 5 yards. That's good for a Jonathan Taylor. And Indianapolis Colts, first down. First down here. And so Indianapolis will pick up a first down. Steve Barker saying, hit the gas, Colts. Not new anymore, says Janet Jones. That's right, Janet Jones. You've been with us. You've been with us for a hot minute. Appreciate you. 1st and 10. Clock is ticking. Here's the snap. There's the handoff. Right-hand side, JT going to find a lot of space out there. And on 1st and 10, JT will pick up about 7. It brings up a 2nd down and 3. Moves the football to the Indianapolis 40-yard line. So down to the 40, just shy of midfield. Need a few more yards. 2nd down and 2 is what my TV screen says. Going to milk another 10 seconds here off the clock. Get the lead out, Indy, says Roy Williams. Jonathan Taylor is the lead right here. Plata o plomo, como dicen. Here's the snap. There's the handoff. JT going to be wrapped up quickly, and TJ Watt gets those fingertips in the sides right there. A beautiful tackle by TJ Watt, not going anywhere. The vice grip. That's going to be a tackle for a loss here. 3rd down and 3 coming up. JT can't get back to the line of scrimmage. Almost even fumbles the football. He hung on to that. Took 2 players to bring down Jonathan Taylor, but TJ Watt, the tackle machine, and Duggar, made the play. Shotgun formation. They are showing blitz on 3rd down and 3. Pittsburgh Steelers, that steel curtain that Blitzburg will rush for. Daniel Jones in the pocket, winds up and throws. It's broken up. Michael Pittman Jr. Incomplete pass. Stops the clock with 4:28 and brings up a 4th down and 3. Great stop there by the Steelers defense. Daniel Jones looking every bit like Daniel Jones. And Eccles was there to make a great stop. Brandon Eccles breaking that one up. 2 thumbs down is what Eccles said to Daniel Jones. Drop 2 thumbs down on him. They are lined up to go for it. They've got a running back to either side here. 4th down and 3, and Indianapolis was lined up to go for it on their own 40, by the way. Timeout will be called here. First timeout by the Pittsburgh Steelers of the half. So timeout Pittsburgh. They want to talk about it if they're going to go for it. Steichen talking to Jones right now. Steichen talking to Jones right now. They're going to call up a play right here. I think the Steelers called a quick timeout to say, please, nobody jump. Please, nobody jump. Roy Williams saying, nobody looks explosive here, says Roy Williams. Kind of feels that way. 2 thumbs in a concrete block, says Marva Merriman. This is not what I expected, says Country Kisses. A 4th down and 3 for Indianapolis. And Indiana's Jones, yep, I said that. Indiana's Jones in a shotgun formation, waiting for the snap on 4th down and 3 from the 40-yard line, their own 40-yard line. They went for it like it's a Madden play, a wind-up and a throw. They find it. Michael Pittman Jr. makes the grab at the 45. That's good for a catch. That's good for a 1st down, Indianapolis. And Michael Pittman Jr. with a 16-yard grab. A must-have 4th down conversion for Indianapolis. Keeps the drive alive and down by 2 possessions right now with 4.5 minutes left to go. Indianapolis converts. Another 4th down conversion today for the Indianapolis Colts. Another one. Michael Pittman Jr., that was his 4th reception for 50 yards today. Jones under center, a quick toss to the right-hand side. Looks like, finding some space. Jonathan Taylor picks up 9.5 yards on 1st and 10. 2nd down and 1 coming up now. 2nd down and 1. Jonathan Taylor with a good, strong run up the middle here. Brought down by Harrison. JT, football now to the Pittsburgh 35. Indianapolis Colts in Pittsburgh Steelers territory from the right hash. Daniel Jones waits for the snap. They said sub. The sub is gone. Little play action. Oh, tip drill. Oh, my goodness. And the tip drill. It's intercepted. The Pittsburgh Steelers get the football back because Daniel Jones is Daniel Jones. A beautiful job there by the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. It's an interception and it's a 1st down. The tip drill. And Sawyer going to pick that one off. Peyton Wilson, another big play. Both hands up. Peyton Wilson swats the ball out of the sky. On the tip drill, Sawyer will pluck it out of the air and gets the football to the 44. Here are the terrible towels for the Pittsburgh Steelers getting all fired up right now. Daniel Jones is a garbage can, says Patrick Wonder. Awesome, says Dark Matter. Steve Barker saying WTF. Wow, Colts playing like a mid-team. I was going to say something, but it'd probably upset the Colts fans in here. I was going to say, realistically speaking, the Colts kind of are a mid-team. I get that they're 7-1, but their division is arguably the softest division in all of football. And so, haven't had very many. Like a deer in the headlights, says Micah Kimbrough. What is wrong with this Colts offense right now, says Mr. Dr. Professor Patrick. Dr. P? Dr. Pepper, Professor Patrick? Dr. I just saw your photo right now. That's awesome. I love the name. I love the name. Is this the Krusty Krab? No, this is Patrick. Love it. Love it, love it. Okay, all right, Steelers fans. Looks like Carl Pierce asking for a shout-out. What up, Carl Pierce? Thanks for checking in. Ed Jean saying the Steelers are just playing well right now. I need Gainwell for a touchdown. Roy Williams saying you're right in that perspective. I mean, they had one tough opponent, guys. They had one tough opponent this year, the Indianapolis Colts, and that was against the LA Rams, and they fell to the LA Rams. And they barely, off of a technicality, didn't lose to the Denver Broncos. They should have lost to the Broncos, but there was leveraging on that long field goal attempt, and so they got a chance to redo that kick. That was with time when it had run out. The Colts missed the walk-off field goal against the Denver Broncos and managed to get a second chance. So the Colts have had a bit of luck this season. Let's just call it what it is. The Colts, without denying it, have a solid running back and a very good offense. That is true. I will give them that. But are they Super Bowl-bound team? I don't think so. I don't think the Indianapolis Colts have enough to get them into a deep playoff run. Can they make the playoffs? Yeah, they probably will because they're in the AFC South, unless the Houston Texans find a way to upset them like they've done in the past the last couple years here with leaving the Colts on the outside looking in. But I don't see the AFC South coming up with two playoff teams. Indianapolis Colts, if they drop this game, it could be a problem for them moving forward. We'll talk about their schedule in just a moment, but for now, the Steelers have the football on their own 44-yard line. Aaron Rodgers, 1st and 10. Quick toss to the right-hand side. This will be about a 4-yard gain right here as Johnson gets the carry. Looks like Johnson gets his first carry of the day, Caleb Johnson, with a 4-yard gain. The rookie getting a carry right now. So Caleb Johnson will pick up 4 yards. This brings up 2nd down and 6. Clock will continue to tick. Some of my best friends are Steelers, and they are jerks, says Xavier. Yeah, Steelers fans are unique, man. Because Dallas Cowboys fans, we get ripped all the time. But if you tell a Pittsburgh Steelers fan that their team sucks, they'll, and I've said this before, they act like you kicked their dog. Here's a kick over to a pass over to the right-hand side. Catch will be made right there by Darnell Washington. That's a 14-yard gain. Excuse me, an 11-yard gain. Doesn't matter. It was 2nd down and 6. That's good for a Pittsburgh Steelers. 1st down. 1st down. I'm going to step away from the chat just to get focused. Just to get focused right now. 2.5 minutes here left to go. Indianapolis Colts back on defense. We're hitting that 2-minute mark left here in the 3rd quarter. We've got another game immediately after this. Should be a good one. We're going to go shotgun another Red Bull. Here we go. Single back. Aaron Rodgers under center. Right hash from the 41. Motion on the field from Calvin Austin. Fakes the toss. The 4-man rush comes in. Throws to the flat. This time a couple blocks up the ways. This will be a catch out of the backfield. Looks like Caleb Johnson on 1st and 10 will pick up 9. 2nd down and 1 coming up here. 2nd down and 1 and the clock will continue to tick. Saludos, Edgar Vázquez. Bienvenidos, mi amigo. Pittsburgh should go get Alvin Kamara. That'd be cool. Brother-in-law is a Steelers fan. We don't talk football, says Eric. Yeah, that one is exactly what I was kind of referring to there, Steve. That phone call. Motion on the field. Waiting for the snap. Aaron Rodgers will throw to the motion man. Calvin Austin going to get past the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, and Austin takes this inside the red zone. 1st down, Pittsburgh. And the Steelers pick up a fresh new set of downs. They are now inside the red zone after a grab from Calvin Austin. Good for 18 yards. Eventually pushed out of bounds by Nick Cross. Nick Cross wrapping him up and pushing him out past the lines to stop that one. So 1st and 10 after a monster gain. Kendra Bailey checking in. Panthers are trashing Green Bay right now, says Goofball. Ooh, Bryce Young looking good. Is it Tetairoa McMillan on the march? Or is it Chuba Hubbard? Shotgun formation, the snap, the blitz comes in, a windup and a throw. Looks like Darnell Washington gonna get the grab, takes it inside the 5, down at the 1 with the Michael Jordan Space Jam reach right there. Full reach down at the 1-yard line. Good play by Washington. 1st and goal coming up now. This does take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. So when we get back, we'll have 4th quarter action inside the red zone with 15 minutes on the board. If the Pittsburgh Steelers score on this drive, it's as good as gone. This game is as good as gone, baby. Pittsburgh Steelers on the march right now. You know it is. Will Peyton Manning be willing to come out of retirement, says No Daffy. Probably not. What happened to the first drive the Colts had? Seriously, all of that disappeared. Indianapolis Colts have not done well. Let's scroll up just a little bit, guys, so y'all can see exactly what's gone on right here. I can actually bring this down just a hair lower. Let's go to the stats board. Bring this down just a little more so y'all can see this right here. The box score on the right-hand side, guys. In the first quarter, the Indianapolis Colts scored 7, and that was it. You can see this on the top line. They've scored once in this entire game, not even a field goal since then. We're now entering the fourth quarter. Steelers in the first quarter scored 0, then they put up 17, and they scored nothing in the third. So this quarter, definitely a slow one. No score in the third quarter for either team. Fourth quarter, we might see some action right now. Total yardage, Pittsburgh Steelers. Excuse me. Total yardage, Pittsburgh Steelers, total yardage, Pittsburgh Steelers, 206. Total yardage, Indianapolis Colts, 109. So, don't know what happened there, man. Let's move this back up right now. Let's move this back up right now. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Let's scroll down just a hair. Okay. So Daniel Jones, 6 fantasy points today. Meanwhile, Aaron Rodgers with 13. Nobody impressing anyone there. Jonathan Taylor, trash today. 45 rushing yards on 14 attempts. Jaylen Warren with 9 fantasy points today, only because he scored a 1-yard rushing touchdown. But outside of that, he's got 23 rushing yards. We look at the pass catchers in this one. Alec Pierce leads the team right now for the Indianapolis Colts with 72 receiving yards. Michael Pittman Jr. with 50 and Josh Downs with 15. Fantasy scores there in full point PPR, 11, 9, and 1. On the other side, y'all can see it here on the other side. Calvin Austin, 9 fantasy points today, 52 receiving yards. Looks like Darnell Washington, 43 receiving yards, 8 fantasy points for him. Pat Freiermuth does have a touchdown, 27 receiving yards on 3 receptions. I'm going to scroll up, guys. Unfortunately, with this many running backs, it's going to cut off the wide receiver room just a little bit if y'all want to see the quarterback situation. But I'm going to bring it up so y'all can see. Here's the play. On 1st and 10, a snap and a handoff from 1st and goal. It's going to be no gain coming back from the commercial break. This will bring up a 2nd down and goal. 2nd down and goal, 4th quarter underway. The clock is hot. Okay. So, 2nd and goal. 14 minutes and 35 seconds. As this one is just now getting started. This is the final quarter of this game, at least for regulation. Up by 10, the Pittsburgh Steelers knocking on the Indianapolis Colts door. Waiting for the snap under center. Aaron Rodgers will toss it to the left-hand side. Jaylen Warren will find his way in, and Jaylen Warren will get another touchdown. Touchdown, Pittsburgh Steelers! And just like that, Jaylen Warren's numbers for fantasy football will blow up here. Jaylen Warren now has 15 fantasy points after that score, and the Pittsburgh Steelers now have a solid lead here. This will be a 13, what will this be, 17-point lead? It's going to be a 17-point lead after this extra point attempt comes in right now. It's a barn burner. Let's effing go, says Eye to Eye. This is a barn burner for Pittsburgh Steelers fans. This kick is up. This kick is good. And this time the score is now 24-7. This is a 17-point spread, and it's become a 3-possession game. Too many mistakes for Daniel Jones today. 2 interceptions and a fumble lost by the Indianapolis Colts. You can't win games when you give the ball away 3 times. You have these offensive drives. There's a flag on this play. Is this going to be after the penalty or after the touchdown? It's going to be after the touchdown, I believe, folks. They're talking to Tomlin right now. We're waiting for the call. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense. But Extra point is good. That's going to be enforced here after the kickoff, or was that declined? Unnecessary roughness. 15 yards enforced between downs right here is what the official said. So 14-16 left to go. Unnecessary roughness against the Indianapolis Colts. Steelers just took a bigger lead after this one, and we can go back to the lo-fi. Patriots will be the best team in the AFC in 30 more minutes, says Jonathan Clark. Man, the Patriots are for real, bro. The Patriots are for real. We've had the same scrolling text going by here, guys. But now that we're in the middle of this commercial break, let's actually get some fresh new scrolling text for you guys. Scrolling by at the bottom, those are the records across the league. Indianapolis Colts 7-1. Jacksonville Jaguars 4-3. Houston Texans 3-4. And the Tennessee Titans are 1-7. In the AFC West, the Los Angeles Chargers are technically in second place with a 5-3 record. The Denver Broncos should be ahead of them for what I've got right now. That's just on me. I can make that change happen real quick. Let's put the Broncos at the front here because that's where they belong. Let's put the Broncos at the front here because that's where they belong. Chargers in second place. So that just changed right now. Kansas City Chiefs are in third and Las Vegas Raiders are in fourth. Those are the divisions right now. Here's the NFC East scrolling by for y'all. Philadelphia Eagles 6-2, Dallas Cowboys 3-4-1, Washington Commanders 3-5, and the New York Giants trailing right now 2-6, about to go 2-7 if they drop this game. NFC North scrolling by as well. They wanted us to lose this game, but it's okay because we don't lose too many more, says Brandon Hart. For sure. Mr. Dr. Professor Patrick saying, I'm still here. What up, man? And that, my friends, is game, says Sam Pike. So the question becomes, are they cooked? Are the Colts cooked? Yes or no? Steelers Nation, says Tyler, says Ty Mueller. What's going on, Ty? It's over, says Eric Dexter. Is Down coming in? You're talking about Josh Downs. Josh Downs is in. Probably, says Mr. Professor. Looks like Ty saying yes. Josh Downs is in right now. Yeah, it's over, says Eric. This game is over, says Antoine Jackson. Don't let the records fool you. Texans will make the playoffs, says Danny. Colts need new shoes. But a lot of you guys saying it's over. DJ Jean saying it's not over yet. And Dete saying it ain't over till it's over. I mean, the Dodgers, everyone thought that the Dodgers were done last night, and the Dodgers managed to find a way to come back. The Dodgers managed to find a way to come back. So, after the touchdown there for the Pittsburgh Steelers, we are going to get a kickoff. The Indianapolis Colts lining up to receive here. There is the kickoff through the back of the end zone. Actually, a flag coming in right here. That one might have gone out of bounds. Kick does go out of bounds. This should put them on the 40-yard line. Okay, but because there was an unnecessary roughness after the kickoff, that will still put them at the 25. So the football was supposed to come out to the 40, but after the penalty, after the touchdown that we saw against the Indianapolis Colts, they are enforcing that penalty in between downs, which means the Indianapolis Colts do indeed take over, but instead of starting the drive on the 40-yard line, they are on the 25. A shotgun formation. Motion on the field. Waiting for the snap. Daniel Jones will take it. He fakes the handoff. He's immediately wrapped up and sacked by the Steelers defense. That's a bag and a sack lunch for you, Mr. Jones. Keanu Benton in on the bag. That's a loss of 6. Second down and 16 coming up. Second down and 16. Keanu Benton just tearing through the offensive line. The Indianapolis Colts go backwards on the play. They're now to the 19-yard line. Indianapolis, second down and 17 is what's on my screen. Looks like they're all the way back to the 18-yard line. Jones in a shotgun. Takes the snap. A four-man rush coming in. Daniel Jones will have to get rid of it quickly. Jonathan Taylor makes the catch, and this will be a short gain of about 6 yards. This will bring up a third down and 11. So a medium gain, 6-yard catch. Jonathan Taylor going to come off for this next play. Daniel Jones, third down and 11. Can they convert? The Tennessee Titans have the AFC South right where they want them, says Sam Pike. 3rd down and 11. 13 minutes left in this game. Pittsburgh Steelers looking to make short work here of the Indianapolis Colts. Daniel Jones waits for the snap right now. Going to make a quick audible. Going to look left. Going to look right. Going to take the snap. The 4-man rush comes in. Jones in a clean pocket will wind up. He fires. Catch is made upfield by Josh Downs. And this should be good for a first down. Good catch of about 16 yards for Downs. Call it 17. And that's good for a first down, Indianapolis. Whoever was looking for Josh Downs, you just got him. That was a tight window right there. Dangerous throw for Daniel Jones, but they converted. There's a Pittsburgh Steeler who's down on one knee. Looks like a quick injury timeout. Okay. Josh Downs, a big catch right there. And it looks like some friendly fire was the contact. Looks like maybe a concussion protocol. Got rocked right there. Darius Slay, that's the second time he's been injured in this game. Second time we've had question marks around Darius Slay, so Darius Slay coming off the field. Popping off the helmet. 12:35 left to go, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh Steelers on defense. Colts at the Indianapolis 41. Colts looking to score some points here. They're down by 17. They need points, and they need them fast. This time in between the hashes, shy of midfield from the 41, Daniel Jones is standing under center. He has one running back lined up behind him. Here is the snap. It's a play action. Jones in trouble. Steps up, winds up, fires. Catch is made at the 45. Michael Pittman Jr. makes the grab. That's good for 15 yards and a first down, Indianapolis. 1st and 10 at the Pittsburgh 44. Indianapolis Colts, a good conversion there. Good job by the Steelers defense all day long to force Daniel Jones into making decisions quickly. It's worked out for them most of the game. That play, Colts got the win. Colts got the win on that play. That's one battle out of many. They are losing the war. Colts right now from the 44 takes the snap. Little handoff, fakes the handoff, pressure coming in, a windup and a shot upfield, incomplete pass. Flags coming in, though. There are multiple flags coming in. Tyler Warren, the intended receiver. This could be pass interference or holding. Let's find out what the officials have to say. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. The clock has stopped with 11:33. We'll find out what this one is, if it's going to be holding or DPI. Going to be one or the other. Waiting for the call from the officials. Pass interference. Defense. Number 24, Joey Porter Jr. with his 3rd defensive pass interference call of the day. Pittsburgh Steelers, you can't do that. Pittsburgh Steelers going to commit a penalty here. This is going to be another first down for the Indianapolis Colts and moves them out to the 34-yard line. 34-yard line, Indianapolis Colts pushing their way towards Steelers territory. Here's the snap, looking left, looking right, in the pocket, gonna scramble this time. Down goes, oh my goodness, Daniel Jones fumbled the football and luckily recovered there by another teammate. This brings up a 2nd down and should be a 2nd down and 10 after the no gain there from Daniel Jones. The football did pop out. Jones lost the football without going down. No part of his body touched the football. That was another fumble for Daniel Jones. If it wasn't for Tyler Warren throwing himself on top of it, it would have been a loss. Shotgun formation. Here's the snap. Dropping back, looking right, throwing right, threading the needle. Is that going to be considered a catch? They're saying it was down. And I think this will be a 3rd down and something. Let's watch it one more time. Hand comes in. This one going to be a drop. This will bring up a 3rd down and 9. Challenge going to come in quickly. Good job. Looks like the Pittsburgh Steelers going to drop a challenge flag here. 10:39 left to go. I think that's the right thing to do because I don't think he caught that. That's definitely an incomplete pass. That football definitely dropped right there. Definitely dropped. This will be a quick review, guys. Not going to take very long for them to find out that Alec Pierce did not catch that football. So challenge comes in. I don't even know if they're actually going to allow him to challenge this. It's already been overturned. 3rd down and 9. I'm guessing that it's going to be replay assistance. This effing guy says Death Chill. What up, Death Chill? Thanks for checking in, bro. Trips to the right-hand side. I don't know what's going on right now. Alec Pierce getting that towel. Or, okay. Camera focusing on Cameron Hayward here on the defense for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It is a 3rd down for Indianapolis. At the 34-yard line, they need this conversion bad. Here's the snap, the blitz coming in. Daniel Jones under pressure, has to get rid of it. There is the throw, the pass incomplete. 4th down and 9. With 10:50 left to go, Patrick Queen had something to do there. Cam Hayward, though, really got the pressure and almost brought him down. So they are inside of field goal range. They are going to need a field goal. Well, they're down by 17. They are going to need a field goal at some point. So here comes the field goal unit for the Indianapolis Colts to make this a 2-possession game. From the left hash, this is going to be a 52-yard field goal attempt. The 52-yarder is going to go up, and the 52-yarder is going to be good here for the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts going to put 3 points on the board. The field goal is there. It is 10-24. At least they got some points. At least they didn't walk off the field with no points or another turnover or something like that. So, no matter what, we are going to get a 1st down coming up after this. Don't know if the Colts are going to, or if the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to muff this kickoff, or what's going to happen. Does YouTube still play? What does that mean? Does T.Y. still play? T.Y. Hilton? Does T.Y. Hilton still play? I don't know. Can we bring T.Y. Hilton off the couch, please? Yeah, dude, T.Y. Hilton was honestly probably the best undersized wide receiver that I had seen in a long time. Definitely better than Cole Beasley for sure. Man, Danny Dimes, where are you? Danny Dimes, definitely Danny Dunzo right now. I know, just messing around, says Jim. Defense got to force a turnover, says Danny Williams. Yes, they do, Danny. Yes, they do. Marvin Harrison says Gladham's 18. Thanks for bringing up that name for sure. Here we go, guys. NFC South, Tampa Bay Buccaneers lead that division 6-2. Carolina Panthers are 4-4. Let's bring up some of the scores across the NFL right now while I gotcha. Okay, scores across the league. Scores across the league. Looks like in the 4th quarter right now with 9 minutes and 30 seconds left to go, the Atlanta Falcons looking for a touchdown here to tie up the game between them and New England. Indianapolis right now in this one trails by 14. We'll get to that one in just a moment, currently in the middle of this commercial break. Cincinnati Bengals and Chicago Bears. Cincinnati trails 27-31. LA Chargers up 27-17. No surprise there. Carolina Panthers beating the Green Bay Packers is a surprise to me. Was not expecting that. I would have put my money on Green Bay for sure. How about the Denver Broncos versus the Houston Texans? Denver Broncos 7, Houston Texans 15. Minnesota Vikings 24-17 over the Detroit Lions. And New York down by just 10 right now in the 4th quarter with 7 minutes left to go there. Couple of games with plenty of time left to go. This one somewhere in the middle between all of them. Appreciate you guys watching this live stream with me. Thanks, guys. I appreciate y'all watching this one with me. Those of you who are new, welcome in. I hope y'all are enjoying yourselves. Anybody else's FanDuel not working? Asked Chuck. Good question. Mine's not. Mine should be good. LOL, I just noticed there's no Panthers emoji. Understandable, says No Daffy. There's a lot of emojis that are missing right now. I only get 21, and obviously with 32 NFL teams and a couple of additional emojis that I dropped, I have to cycle through basically just based on the teams that I'm covering this week, which means I think I need to add a Buffalo and a Chiefs emoji. We did just get a kickoff. The Pittsburgh Steelers brought this out to the 29-yard line, 1st and 10 at the 29 as we come back from this commercial break. So I do have Chiefs and Bills. That'll be the next game. Chiefs and Bills coming up next. We will have Seahawks versus Washington. There's that Seahawks emoji. I need to drop a Washington one before tonight's football game, but that's okay. All righty, folks. Pittsburgh with the football, 10:39. This is clock management time now. Aaron Rodgers in a single back formation motion here from Jonnu Smith, who's lined up in the I formation. Jaylen Warren in the backfield. Jaylen Warren, a little play action to him. A throw to Jaylen Warren instead. Warren going to get wrapped up and lose 2 yards on the reception. Going backwards, it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 12. 2nd down and 12 gets the clock ticking. Looks like Isaac Seumalo on the sideline right now. Don't know why. But the left guard here for the Pittsburgh Steelers has been swapped out. We have a different left guard in for Pittsburgh. Motion on the field from Pat Freiermuth. Aaron Rodgers waits for the snap with a man standing to his left. It's Jaylen Warren to his left, 2 receivers to the top of the screen on the right. A wind-up, a handoff, a fake throw in the backfield. It's a 1-yard pickup on 2nd down and 12. 3rd down and 11 coming up now. So the Indianapolis Colts defense making a big stop right now. I know I'm underplaying it right here, but if the Colts can get the football back and score another touchdown, we got a game. Metcalf, says Steven. That's a good question. Vamos, Kansas City, desde California, dices Jose Juarez. Jose Juarez, bienvenidos, mi amigo. Sandra Key saying, hold him. Micah Kimbrough saying, come on, defense. So 3rd down and 11. The Steelers looking to convert. The Indianapolis Colts looking to get a stop. Aaron Rodgers, play clock down to 5. Play clock down to 2. Here's the snap. Rodgers will wind up and throw. He finds a soft spot. It's Kenneth Gainwell. Not enough for the 1st down. 4th and 3. And this time it's a stop for Indianapolis. So 4th down and 3, and Aaron Rodgers just yelling at his team. It brings up a 4th down and 3, and I think the Steelers might punt. Now can the Colts score? Now, can the Colts score? Okay, so we still got a game, folks. We still got a game. I don't like how they managed this clock on this possession. They will send this back to Indianapolis. Here's the kickoff and a return from the 21 to the 25 to the 30. Cuts around, gets up to about the 33-yard line. 1st and 10. Indianapolis now with the football. Stops the clock with 8:28. Colts have a little bit of time left. They do still have all 3 timeouts. Duh, Bears, said Todd Tier. Run the ball, Colts, says Steve Barker. Come on. I see you, Sandra. Okay, folks, we are in the 4th quarter. Let's bring this up one more time. So next week, guys, the Colts got to get this win here because it's not going to get easier for them. They've got a matchup with the Atlanta Falcons next week in Germany. 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, 9:30 Eastern Time. Then, Week 11, a bye week for the Indianapolis Colts. They'll get a chance to lick their wounds. They'll get a chance to get healed up, maybe a little bit of rest, much-needed rest. But as soon as they come out of that bye week, bro, they've got the Kansas City Chiefs in Week 12. They've got the Houston Texans in Week 13. And then they've got a divisional there with the Jacksonville Jaguars. So a lot of tough games coming up for the Indianapolis Colts. A lot of tough games coming up there for the Indianapolis Colts. On the other side, tough games for the Pittsburgh Steelers as well. Next week, Sunday Night Football, I will be live for Pittsburgh versus the Chargers. Steelers-Chargers matchup, that should be a fun one. That'll be Sunday Night Football. Then Sunday during the day, Steelers at Bengals, or Bengals at Steelers. That'll be a divisional matchup. Steelers at Bears. Then Bills at Steelers and Steelers at Ravens. Again, couple tough games for both of these teams moving forward here. We're getting into the thick of it, guys. Officially, after Week 9, we are more than halfway through the regular season for football. Can you believe we are already there? Halfway through the season? What? Yeah, man, we are halfway through the season right now. And then basketball will be coming up as well. Bo Nix just threw a touchdown pass. Broncos are going for 2 for the tie, and they got it, says Danny Williams. Nice, man. Thanks for the update. The Bo Nix. Definitely Wilson, question mark? Shh, goes by too fast, says Marvin Merriman. It does go by pretty fast. Danny letting us know that the Broncos have tied the Texans 15-15 in that matchup. So, Texans do have that game against the Colts. We are in the middle of a commercial break, folks. I promise I'm not just rambling just to ramble. We are in the middle of a quick commercial break. When we get back, it's a 1st and 10 for Indianapolis. The Colts are on the 32-yard line. Here is Indianapolis at the 32 with possession. Shotgun, motion on the field. This is Michael Pittman Jr. going to the bottom of the screen, and you see the defensive adjustment there. 4-3 rush coming in, 4-man rush. Daniel Jones will wind up and throw. Tyler Warren makes the grab. Tyler Warren picks up 9. 2nd down and 1. 2nd down and 1. Here we go. Colts need this drive. They need to cap off this drive with a touchdown. Hot shots deflated this week, says Roy Williams. Go Steelers, it's over, says Donald Dunn. Here we go, 8:05. Here's the snap. Daniel Jones in trouble, going to wind up and throw. Was that a forward pass? I think they're calling this a fumble and a turnover. I think Daniel Jones just fumbled the football, and the Steelers recovered with 7:58 left to go. The officials are pointing in that direction. Let's watch the replay. Daniel Jones definitely fumbled the ball. Daniel Jones definitely fumbled the ball, and this is going to be a turnover. 1st down, Pittsburgh. That's it, man. That was their chance. That was their last hoorah. Indianapolis going to cough up the football on their own 30-yard line. Daniel Jones, after a solid first few weeks, finally crashing back down to earth, and the Pittsburgh Steelers defense standing up tall. That is the 4th or the 5th turnover of the day for this Pittsburgh Steelers defense. By the way, Highsmith was the man who forced the fumble. It was recovered by Harmon. So you know, this is a spanking for the Colts, says Stepanova. Says bop it. Twist it. Pull it. Without context, that can be a very giggity moment. Here's a throw to the left-hand side. That one looks like it was a backwards pass. The official said that was a forward pass to Roman Wilson. That pass incomplete. It stops the clock. I don't know why Pittsburgh is throwing the football right now. Arthur Smith. Anyway, that's not worth saying. Arthur Smith to me is just a goofy-looking guy, man. Kind of reminds me of, anyways. All right, let's get into this. 1st and 10 becomes 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass right now. Looking for a 1st down on 2nd and 10 with 7:55. Here is the snap. Surveying, looks to the left. Kenneth Gainwell uses a block. Kenneth Gainwell splits the defense. He'll also pick up 11 yards down at the 23-yard line. 1st down, Pittsburgh. Gets the clock going. 1st and 10. They're going to take their time on this drive, man. They need to just hand this football off, let Jaylen Warren continue to eat, take us to the end of this game. This game is almost over, folks. We are midway through the 4th quarter now, just hitting that 7.5-minute mark. Pittsburgh Steelers up by 2 touchdowns. They are also in field goal range. A field goal here would make this a 3-possession game once again, and the Indianapolis Colts need to get a stop. They need to force a turnover. They need to make the Steelers make a mistake. Under center, a snap, a play action. Rodgers will wind up and throw. This time, the catch is made inside the 20-yard line down at the 19. Calvin Austin makes the grab, and the clock continues ticking. We are inside the red zone. Pittsburgh Steelers. Cool the tool, Patrick. Prime Darius Leonard would be great right now, says Professor Patrick. What does he remind you of, Mario? Henry Savor saying. He reminds me. It's nothing nice, right? If you ain't got nothing nice to say, then don't say nothing. So I'm not going to say nothing. We are in the middle of an injury timeout, I guess. Aaron Rodgers waiting to see what's going on. The clock is stopped with 7:01. They're showing an Arby's commercial for steak nuggets. Anybody tried those steak nuggets yet? They're really trying to push that right now. They're really trying to push those steak nuggets. Something tells me that those aren't going to come out great on the other end. Drake London, my gosh, says Gladham's. Game over. Daniel Jones playing like he did for the Giants. Glitch no mo. They look good, says Joey Montoya. Those steak nuggets are gross, says No Daffy. They look gross, honestly, man. Need the bus or Fast Willie, says Ty Mueller. Okay, what's going on with this team, says Dr. Professor Patrick. Here we go. Single back formation. Aaron Rodgers from inside the 20-yard line at the 19. Going to put his hands on the helmet. Everyone on the line also puts their hands on the helmet. Rodgers waits for the snap. Play clock down to 2. Here is the snap and a toss to the left-hand side. That goes backwards, and Kenneth Gainwell is going to lose about 8 yards on the play. 3rd down. Coming up here. Don't know where I went with that other one. It was 2nd down and 6. It was a 2nd down and 6 in this one. Gonna back them up for a loss of 9. It's a 3rd down and 15, folks. 3rd down and 15. 3rd down and 15. Looks like, by the way, the reason we've had a little bit of time being taken, Colts have used 2 timeouts right now. They have 1 remaining. Steelers have 2 timeouts remaining. They did just use a 2nd timeout. It's 3rd down and 15 with 6:57. Indianapolis Colts trying to find a way back into this one. They did back up the Pittsburgh Steelers significantly. Boswell going to keep that leg warm. About 7 minutes here left to go. Aaron Rodgers directing traffic as Calvin Austin goes to the top of the screen. He's lined up in the slot now. DK Metcalf by himself at the bottom. DK Metcalf on the side of a milk carton here. Have you seen this man? A quick windup and a throw. Kenneth Gainwell turning the opposite way right there. 4th down and 15 stops the clock with 6:55, and the Steelers field goal unit will come out. Colts Online says the Steelers are just too much for us, saying Patrick Wonder. Oof. Colts will be number 1. Maybe this loss will be enough to relight a fire under their butts before the next game, says baby girl Tina. Okay. Boswell getting ready to kick this one to make it a 27-10 game and put him back to a 17-point game with 7 minutes left to go. And I think we can start calling this garbage time. There's the kick from position number 2. The kick is up. The kick is good. And that's going to be a field goal here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers will score the field goal. The score is now 27-10. Colts beaten favorites. I know, man. Steelers Nation, Colts just need a bye week. They'll get one soon, Matt. They'll get one soon. Okay. So that takes us to another commercial break. After the field goal, we are going to see a kickoff now. 4th down and 15. Pittsburgh Steelers managed to put that through the uprights. Indianapolis still has 1 timeout remaining. Indianapolis still has 1 timeout remaining. I don't know what y'all think. Colts ain't beating the Chiefs or the Bills or the Ravens in the playoff. It is what it is, says Gladams. I kind of agree with you, Gladams. The secret menu item called the 3-point conversion would be nice. The 3-point conversion. A secret menu item. 3-score game now. Sacks are incoming, says Glitch Nomo. Time to get the keys, says Daniel Wilson. Told people we would win today. I thought the Steelers would win. I took the Colts in my personal pick'ems. I should have gone with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I knew the Steelers would come out swinging this time around, especially against Daniel Jones. They've had success against the New York Giants in the past. Management, time management, says Michael Castro. RIP to everyone who had Daniel Jones in their fantasy. Bro, why are we ignoring how bad this offensive line is playing? Yeah, the offensive line is pretty bad, and I wouldn't necessarily say that the offensive line is playing poorly as much as I'd like to say that the Pittsburgh defensive line showed up to battle today. That trench warfare has definitely been won by the Pittsburgh Steelers time and time again. The black and gold rocking it today, man. Looks like we're sitting at 58.658. We'll see how far the next game takes us. Thank you guys for watching this live stream. What's up, guys? Another day, another live. Another day, another live. My name is Mario. You're watching Football Nation. Can't wait for Sunday Night Football. This will be a big super chat. A super chat coming in from Motor City DJ. $2. Make you holler. What up, man? 2.0. 2.00 says Motor City DJ. What up, Motor City? Oh, yeah, Watt is a beast. And Steelers defense ain't even been showing up all year, says Gladams. Well, they've had some areas of success right now. I think saying that they haven't shown up all year is a bit of a misnomer. I feel like the defense has been pretty good. If we look at the numbers, they're actually, after today's game, they were already heading into today's game Top 10 in both turnovers forced and sacks. They were just giving up a ton of yardage. A ton of yardage is really what was happening here against the Pittsburgh Steelers. But they've been really good at getting the football back, and today has shown that. They've forced 5 turnovers in this game, so that should put them towards the top of the table. There's a flag on the play, guys. So it's 6:45 left to go. Let's find out what the whistle is for, what the flag is here. Laundry day. Laundry day. Waiting for the call. It's probably going to be a holding. Carla Hurst saying, game over. Flip, flip. Todd Tears saying, trying to catch me riding dirty. My music's so loud, I'm swinging. Illegal formation on the kicking team. And it looks like Indianapolis has chosen to re-kick. So the Indianapolis Colts are going to get the football. We're going to get a redo kick here after the illegal formation. Looks like someone moved while the ball was in the air or something, I suppose. Motor City saying, happy holidays. David St. Clair says, you got a great voice for this. Let's go, Green Bay Packers. Hashtag Football Nation. Motor City DJ. Cheers to you, brother. I appreciate that comment. I appreciate that super chat, sir. 6:45 on the clock. Indianapolis Colts with 1 timeout. Pittsburgh Steelers going to line up to kick this off one more time. Going to line up to kick this off one more time. Dark Matter saying, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Dun, 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 dun. ¿Dónde está Santa Claus? Oh, we're too close. It's not time yet. I know most of your retail stores going to already be playing Christmas music, but I think it's a little too soon right now. Here is the kickoff. This is going to be a return from the 5, the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25, and being dropped like a sack of potatoes down at the 24-yard line. Indianapolis Colts will start this drive. So about 6:39 left to go in this football game. Indianapolis Colts got to get something done. What a disappointment, says Micah. What a disappointment, says Micah. Today has sucked from my car not starting to CBS making a last-second decision to show the Bears game to now this. Christmas stacked in the stores here, says Marva Merriman. Yeah, it happens immediately. It's like the day after Halloween, everything Christmas comes out. 1st and 10. Colts looking for a consolation prize here. A shotgun formation. Daniel Jones will take the snap. Danny Dimes going to let it fly. Almost intercepted right there. And a bad throw. 2nd down and 10. Indianapolis. Dangerous situation there for Daniel Jones. They're showing a highlight. They're showing Green Bay scoring in right now. I love those old school helmets. Was that a fumble on the goal line recovered by Carolina? No touchdown there, but Green Bay wearing some very cool uniforms right now. They've got the fake leather helmets on right there, which are super cool. Here's the snap, dropping back, the old school Packers uniform. I like it. That's a catch made on the right-hand side on 2nd down and 10. Looks like it was Jonathan Taylor who picked up 7. This will bring up a 3rd down and 3. 3rd down and 3 for the Indianapolis Colts. 1 timeout remaining. 1 timeout remaining. The Indianapolis Colts in a shotgun formation from the 31-yard line. Daniel Jones will survey a windup and a throw. Tyler Warren makes the grab. Warren picks up the 1st down. That's good for the Indianapolis Colts to move the sticks. 1st down, Indy. Football to the 37. Cash me outside. How about that? Says Todd Tier. No way that was a touchdown, says Danny Williams. Here's Danny Dimes. Empty backfield, takes the snap. 4-man rush comes in. Jones going to wind up and throw. Catch made on the right-hand side here. Looks like Alec Pierce making the grab and going out of bounds. 1st and 10. A big 1st down, 17 yards, puts them in Pittsburgh Steelers territory. So the Indianapolis Colts now at the Pittsburgh 46 after that grab. Both feet inbounds, definitely at the 46-yard line here, waiting for the snap. Danny Dimes, extra protection. Danny Dimes in a clean pocket will shoot and catches made at about the 30, down at the 25. Michael Pittman Jr. makes a grab, another 1st down, good for 21 yards. And they're stringing together a couple of really good plays right now. Colts stringing together a couple of really good plays at the 25-yard line. Let's see if Indianapolis can cap off this drive. Shotgun for Jones. Jones takes the snap. The four-man rush coming in. Hurry up offense. Danny Dimes going to throw this one away. Pass incomplete. Stops the clock with 4:46. Second down. 4:46, second down. Green Bay scored a touchdown. That game is tied, says Danny Williams. Colts need a miracle. They do need a miracle right now, David Nutter. Too little, too late, says Bobby Shook. Will it be enough, asks Sandra. Ed saying there's no way to win. It's too late now. It's too late to get a win. It's too late. Second down and 10. 4 minutes and 46 seconds. 4 minutes and 46 seconds. Daniel Jones will take the snap. The four-man rush coming in. A wind-up and a throw down to the 10-yard line. That's good for a first down. Michael Pittman Jr. got blown up on the hit. A flag comes in after that shot. A flag comes in after that shot. This should be a first down. Let's find out what the flag is for, though. It's going to be unnecessary roughness. I don't know why that's called unnecessary roughness, but it's unnecessary roughness against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So they're going to add, well, they can't add 15 yards to that one. Michael Pittman Jr., definitely took the helmet to helmet. Jalen Ramsey hit him hard. I bet Michael Pittman Jr. is going to go in the concussion protocol after that hit. He stumbled after he got up. He's on the sideline. They're not taking a look at him just yet. But first and goal coming up now after that one. So first and goal, waiting for the snap. Motion on the field from Alec Pierce, looking for a Josh Downs touchdown. Myself, a wind-up and a throw. This one incomplete. That pass brings up a second and goal. Second and goal, 4:35 left to go here. Inside the red zone. Looking for a touchdown. Inside the red zone, the Indianapolis Colts are looking for a touchdown. Should have happened 10 hours ago, says Duff. Targeting, saying Daniel Wilson. You know what, says Mr. Dr. Professor Patrick. Second and goal. Motion from JT. Jonathan Taylor gets back into the shotgun. Jones takes the snap. The blitz coming in. A look to the right. A throw to the right. The catch is made. Touchdown, Josh Downs. Touchdown number 1. Touchdown, Indianapolis Colts. And the Colts put 6 points on the board. That will help get them closer here, but maybe too little too late. Colts defense going to need to get a big stop. A few first downs for the Pittsburgh Steelers, though, and this game could be over. Colts don't have very many timeouts. They have one remaining, and they do not have control over the clock. So they do have one timeout and the 2-minute warning. The extra point attempt is close to missing, but it does go through. It is a 10-point game now for Indianapolis. It is a 10-point game now for Indianapolis. I think it's too little too late. We are going to see the Steelers get the football back. So a quick commercial break when we get back. 4 minutes and 35 seconds left to go. Green Bay 5-1-1. No chance, says No Daffy. 2 scores, says Michael Castro. What is it with the Steelers cheap shotting Pittman? It's a good question. I wonder what's going to happen here. I got 4:35 on the clock. 34-24, game over. Dete saying that the San Francisco 49ers won that one. No surprise there. No surprise there. Let's not get anyone hurt, says Michael Castro. Baby girl Tina saying 4.5 minutes left to go. It is not too late. Let's go defense. Give Jalen Warren the rock. Give Jalen Warren the rock. Couldn't do nothing, says Duff Lock. Need an onside kick. They will. Matty James, cheers to you. Matty, let's go, brother. Thanks at Dete. What else? Why not go for 2 in this position? Says timestamp copy version 4. 13-13, Packers at the 50 with 40 seconds left. Panthers at the 50 with 40 seconds left. Daniel Wilson letting us know that the Panthers might get a walk-off field goal. I have Josh Downs on my fantasy. Me too, Shadow. Me too, Shadow. Never give up, never surrender. Commercial break almost over, guys. We're waiting for an onside kick here. Looks like the last onside kick that was successfully recovered for the Indianapolis Colts goes all the way back to 2016. Colts have not recovered an onside kick since 2016. They are lining up for it right now. Here comes the kick. This one going to take a good bounce right here, and the Colts will not recover. Pittsburgh Steelers get the football at the Indianapolis 44. Pittsburgh Steelers get the football at the Indianapolis 44, and it's a 1st and 10 for Aaron Rodgers and company. Last successful onside kick was a McAfee kick onside. That was recovered. Don't know how that one happened, but it's been a long time. It's been almost 10 years since the Colts have recovered an onside kick. Okay. Imagine they do the Vikings play again from where they did, says Shadow. Well, here we go. San Francisco, New York Giants game is final. San Fran won by 10. Single back formation from the 44-yard line. Aaron Rodgers waits. He tosses. Jaylen Warren, left-hand side to the 45, to the 40, down shy of the 35 at about the 36-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 37. It's a 7-yard gain. Gets the clock ticking. 2nd down and 3. Clock is hot. No timeout going to be called here by the Indianapolis Colts. No timeout going to be called here for the Indianapolis Colts. The smart thing to do is to keep the football on the ground. If you are Pittsburgh, you want to end this game as soon as possible. If you are Pittsburgh, you want to end this game as soon as possible. We are going to have another game immediately after this one, folks. We are going to have another game immediately after this one. I'm going to probably shotgun a Red Bull. Single back formation, play clock down to 1. A quick throw to the left-hand side, and Roman Wilson will get flipped. He fumbles the football. Roman Wilson gives it back to the Indianapolis Colts, and the Colts get the ball back. Okay, let's see if Roman Wilson was down by contact. He tried to get greedy. He tried to hurdle a man and got blown up in the air. Roman Wilson on the left-hand side. Why not just turn around and hand the football off, man? 1st and 10, Indianapolis Colts. Get the football back. Okay. So a beautiful play right there by the Colts defense. And the Colts defense forcing a fumble. I saw the hurdle for Roman Wilson. He had the football punched out of his hands while he was upside down, middle of the air. It's now Indianapolis Colts football with 3:36 left to go. Huge stop for Indianapolis. Here's the snap. Daniel Jones drops back. Jones will wind up and throw. Catch is made. A little lateral. Here we go. Josh Downs gets the play backwards here, and Josh Downs will pick up the full 10 yards maybe. 2nd down and 1. 2nd down and 1 coming up. That'll be a catch for Michael Pittman Jr. and a beautiful backwards toss right there. Going to be a gain of 9. 2nd down and 1, 3 minutes and 15 seconds. They only have 1 timeout remaining here, the Indianapolis Colts. Here's the play. Daniel Jones dropping back. A windup and a throw underneath. Catch is made. Michael Pittman Jr. dives forward to the 45. They need to hurry up and reset. 1st down, Indianapolis. Clock is ticking inside of 3 minutes here. 2:57 on the clock. They need to hurry up. They are in hurry up, no huddle offense. From the 44, shy of midfield, Jones takes the snap. Jones dropping back. Jones will wind up into the hands of the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's intercepted the other way, and Joey Porter Jr. comes up with it. Nice try, Daniel Jones, but another interception today. You are hot, flaming garbage, bro. Daniel Jones with his 3rd interception of the day. Pittsburgh gets the football back, and just like that, man, bro, that is rough. That is awful. Daniel Jones just absolutely killing the Indianapolis Colts today. Terrible decision-making, terrible reads. I don't know if that was for downs or who that one was for, but another interception here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm curious to see what their defense has today. I'm curious to see what the Pittsburgh Steelers defense has today with 1 million sacks and 5 turnovers. I'm pretty sure I benched the Pittsburgh Steelers defense today too because of last week's performance where they gave me -4. Here is the snap. There's a toss to the right-hand side. This one going to go forward. Looks like loss of 1. Second down coming up. Second down and 11. I do need to double-check all of my fantasy rosters. Totally ran out of time right there. Second down and 11 with 2 minutes and 35 seconds left to go. Time has stopped right now. Looks like an injury on the field maybe. So the time has stopped with 2:35. Going to start taking the knee here once they get to the 2-minute warning. So the time is stopped for a timeout, guys. Indianapolis Colts use their final timeout of the day. Not going to help them much. When we hit the 2-minute warning, we're going to start changing over some of our graphics here. Get my hopes up, then smash them, says Sandra. I know. Our defense has been keeping us in this game, says Dr. Professional Patrick. Mr. Dr. Professional Patrick. That steel curtain, man. The steel curtain is alive. So timeout right now, waiting for this timeout to be over. 2:35 left to go. 2:35 here left to go. And this should be a win for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They should turn around and hand this off a few times. Pittsburgh should win this game fairly simply, fairly easily. Waiting for this game to be over so we can start our next live stream. Waiting for this game to be over so we can start our next live stream. Okay. Is it in poor form if I start changing it now? Maybe. Second down and 11. Pittsburgh Steelers with the football. 2 minutes and 35 seconds left to go. Aaron Rodgers going to buckle up that chin strap right now. Steps under center. Looks like this should be just a simple handoff right now. Should just be a handoff to Jaylen Warren. It's going to be a toss. Jaylen Warren in the backfield. Gets around the corner here. Picks up 1 yard. Third down and 11. The clock is ticking here. Clock is ticking. The officials going to let this go to the 2-minute warning. This should probably take us to that 2-minute warning, guys. I'm going to stop it here with 2 minutes left to go because this is going to take us there. That being said, let's make some quick adjustments. This will be the final time I show this graphic for you Pittsburgh Steelers fans right now. Steelers have next week against the Chargers, guys. Y'all coming off a win. We are in the 2-minute warning. You guys coming off of a win today? Don't see a way that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to blow this 10-point lead with 2 minutes left to go. And third down and 11. But Steelers at Chargers, Bengals at Steelers, Steelers at Bears, Bills at Steelers, Steelers at Ravens. Those are the next 5 weeks coming up for the Pittsburgh Steelers. On the other side here, Indianapolis Colts. It's going to be Falcons at Colts in Berlin, Germany. That'll be our Sunday morning game. Week 11, a bye week. Week 12, Colts at Chiefs. Week 13, Texans at Colts. And Week 14, Colts at Jaguars. That is the schedule here for Indianapolis. Now that I need to make a couple of changes here, we got to put in Kansas City Chiefs. They will be up for the next game. Next 5 games here as well for Buffalo Bills. This will be our next game today, folks. Buffalo Bills. Y'all can see that here as well. Buffalo Bills going to come up next. We're going to change some of these graphics right now, actually, since we're in the 2-minute warning, and I do smell a victory coming in right now. I'm going to make some quick changes. I'll probably change this back in just a second. Chiefs. Right square or left square. Left square going to be red. And then away team name should be Chiefs. And on the other side, home team logo, we're going to change that one to Buffalo. Right square going to be blue. And home team logo, home team name, going to be Bills. Bill. Nah, the science guy. For now, we can leave it here. Should have made that change on a different one. Don't know what I'm doing here. I'm literally just tinkering with this right now. Let's keep it where it's at. I got a 3rd down and 11. Pittsburgh Steelers on the 38-yard line. Pittsburgh Steelers with the 10-point lead right now over the Indianapolis Colts. I'm just getting ready to set up for the next game right now. Next game coming up quickly here. This should take us to the end of this one. Pittsburgh Steelers gonna win this one decidedly. Looks like on 3rd down and 11, they need one more conversion here so the Colts don't get one final gasp. Looking for a 3rd down conversion. Aaron Rodgers against the blitz. He will step up. Aaron Rodgers will be bagged right here. The clock will continue to tick. Aaron Rodgers going to take a hit. And then he's going to get tackled, and then he's going to stand up. Because that's what Aaron Rodgers does. Clock is ticking. This should take us to about 1 minute and 12 seconds with the punt team going to send this back. I think it's fair to set up right now. We're going to get the kickoff here. Pittsburgh Steelers have the football. Glad for everyone to see the real Daniel Jones when they play a team. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, bro. Very big difference. So 1:12 left to go. Timeout or delay of game going to come in right now. There's going to be a flag for a delay of game. They're definitely delaying my game. Pittsburgh Steelers. Going to have to punt right now. Pittsburgh Steelers are going to have to punt right now. Mario's going to make a quick change. I disappeared on you guys, I know. Shrink this down just a hair. And go to the home team name. We'll blow this up just a hair. Looks like that's going to take a friendly Pittsburgh Steelers bounce, and that will pin the Indianapolis Colts right now at about the 12-yard line. So that puts Indianapolis at the 12 right now. Colts going to take over. Colts 1st and 10 with 61 seconds left to go. Another flag on the play. I don't even know what you're saying out there, Quantum Potential. I don't think I've ever seen It's a Wonderful Life. Da Bears with a 40-piece, says Daniel Wilson. Did they really put up 40? That's crazy. Chicago Bears versus Indianapolis, or Chicago Bears versus Cincinnati Bengals. Offsides on the defense. It looks like the officials are just taking their time to call this game. Let's see. Let's get the shared scoreboard here. Okay, guys, Indianapolis Colts, 1:01 left to go. Indianapolis Colts, 1:01 left to go in this one. They have the football with no timeouts. The next game coming up on this channel is right behind me, y'all. We have Chiefs and Bills coming up momentarily. Daniel Jones will take the snap. He is dropping back. I can't believe they've still even left him out there. This pass going to be incomplete. 2nd down and 10. 2nd down and 10. Danny Dimes going to stop the clock again. You might as well just turn around and hand it over, guys. Y'all are not going to come back to win this one. 2nd down and 10. Whoops. Second down and 10, 55 seconds left to go. Shotgun formation, waiting for the snap. I need to get some more hot water. Here's the snap. Four-man rush comes in. Daniel Jones looking left will wind up and throw. Catch is made out to the 15, out to about the 20. Does stop the clock as he runs out of bounds. 3rd down coming up now. 3rd down and 2. Why is it every time I do a 12 o'clock game? Why is it that every time I do a 12 o'clock game, it's always the longest game of the slate? It's always the longest game of the damn day. Literally every game except for the Chicago Bears game is done already. And Minnesota has about a minute left. Denver has about a minute left. but I always choose the longest games. Here's the snap, looking left, going to wind up and throw. Catch is made. Josh Downs does pick up a big first down right here, stopping the clock again. 1st and 10 coming up with 42 seconds. 1st and 10 coming up with 42 seconds. Every game is done but this one. Every time, dude, I do a 12 o'clock game, and it's always the longest game of the day. The system loves your coverage, says Dirty Floor Productions. I'm already ready to cut over to the Kansas City Chiefs game because the kickoff should be happening in about 10 minutes right now. And if this game is still on in 10 minutes with 42 seconds left to go, I'm going to be upset. Shotgun formation. I don't even get a pregame, and we did all the slides for it, hoping to do a pregame. Daniel Jones will wind up and throw. The catch is made upfield, but Michael Pittman Jr., actually that's Alec Pierce who gets to the 50. They need to hurry up offense right now. And this play staying inbounds keeps the clock ticking. 24 seconds left to go. They'll clock it with 24 seconds left to go here. The best part is when, yeah, dude, let's do a little bonus baseball coverage 18 innings later, bro. You remember that? Oh, my gosh. A flag on the play. Is the next game on CBS too? Is the Chiefs game also on CBS? Because I'm about to cut away from this game and just call it a day. About to call it a game right now. 2 fouls on the play. Offsides on the defense. That penalty is declined. Okay, they had too many players on the field as well. So the defense had 12 guys on the field. Do it, says Mike. I'm saying so, man. I think this game is done. 45 seconds left to go. I'm ready to start the next one. But if the next game is on CBS, it doesn't really matter. If the next game is on CBS, it doesn't matter because I don't get a choice. I have to sit here through the end of this game anyways. Thank you, Clem. Cheers to you. Do your legs not get tired? They do. I do some alternating between sitting and standing, especially on the days where I've got 12 hours of live streaming like today. 1st and 10 coming up right now. From the 45-yard line, Daniel Jones waits for the snap, motion on the field. There it is. Jones will drop back, a wind-up and a throw. Catch is made at the 35. Looks like the offense going to get back to the line quickly. They hand this over. This will clocked at 13 seconds left. Stopping the clock again. Classic. Stopping the clock again. 1st and 10. At the 35, the Indianapolis Colts going to kick a field goal, try to recover the onside kick, and with 13 seconds left to go, try to make a miracle happen. Your voice sounds like the bartender in the movie It's a Wonderful Life. It's a classic. Well, I was a bartender for a long time. Here comes the field goal attempt. This one from 53 yards out does go through the uprights, guys. It does go through the uprights. This makes it a 20-27 game. Hello. Okay. Let's shut this down, says Michael Castro, and go where, Michael? The game is on CBS. This game is on CBS. We're going to be stuck here anyways. Hi. Hello, little baby man. Hello, little baby man. Mwah. Look who it is. Little baby man is here. 9 seconds left to go in this one. We are going to see an onside kick. How you doing, buddy? You glad that I'm not yelling strike 1, strike 2, strike 3 for baseball? It's always good to see him. Thanks for bringing him up. Thanks for bringing up the little man. Thanks for bringing up the little man. Okay. There you go. Love you, little guy. Here we go, guys. Onside kick to try to be recovered here by the Indianapolis Colts. They have not done this. Marva's saying take a break. What's that? What's that? What's a Briac? A Briac? Take a Briac? Here comes the onside kick. This one sky high in the air. It will be caught by DK Metcalf. What is that? DK Metcalf's first catch of the day. 8 seconds left to go. Victory formation. This game is done. All right, guys, I'm going to call it. That is it. Pittsburgh Steelers have the football. This is your final score right now, 27-20. It will be a win here for this team. So I'm going to end this broadcast. I will be live in about 2 minutes, folks. Oh, yeah? Little guy? I'll be live in about 2 minutes. They're going to take the knee right here, guys. It's victory formation for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm done. I'll be live in just a second. Be sure to check out my channel. Appreciate you guys. Thank y'all for being here. Until next time, let's effing go.